Okay, the stream is back up again.
Yes. Sorry about that.
All good. Family aggro, you know how it is.
Yeah. It even happens to the DM. Okay. So,
Hi.
after Zim firmly planted his face in Tato's rump.
Real quick, since we did restart it. Welcome to Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Hi!
We had a bit of a delay on actually starting, so I went ahead and restarted the stream itself, so
Huzzah!
we can upload it. But yeah, welcome.
Yes.
Let's play.
Yes.
Recap the last time.
So, last time, you guys were in the guard station. And that is where you wound up after heading through the dining hall, where you took out some Crushing Wave Reavers and a couple Fathomers. Poor Zale and Kira who got beat left, right, and center. Tato got some damage done.
Okay.
After that, the party headed through the collapsed privy, where Zale managed to find a shiny.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about there. There's something here. No. So
And,
it's in my pocket, so I haven't got it. Whatever it was.
And on through the guard station. Once in the guard station, they happened upon a rather large banded door that none of them could seem to open until Shinzi, the resident psychopath, punched a hole through the door, and Tato firmly planted his face within it. From there... What?
No, please.
It's already out there! Go the hell away!
Monster wasn't there!
Tato firmly planted his face in the door, and Zim firmly planted his face in Tato's butt.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I'm just
And
saying
Tato-
hello.
Tato, roll
Jeez.
too far.
Makes
Roll too
sense.
far.
Alright,
I'm just
upon
saying
staring just saying hello. Upon staring through the hole in the door, Tato spied what appeared to be a water elemental in the next room, as well as a pair of Crushing Wave Reavers. We catch up to them now as they try to decide what to do from here. Take it away, folks.
hey guys, there's a big water monster in there. At
From,
least
from inside, you hear an angry gurgling noise.
and
I would
I
like
don't know.
to assist Elysian with pulling Tato out.
I don't
biting
need assistance
Tato's
for
tail
this.
and pulling.
Yeah,
The fact
his
that your
head
face is
is...
still in the doorway implies otherwise.
Well, he just has his face at the hole to look through. He's not actively, like, head-butting the door to where he gets stuck.
Allow me to rephrase.
He
Since he's not letting
specifically
them
said-
look through the doorway,
that's not what I did.
he's obviously stuck.
I said
You know what, Tato?
no.
There
I
is a
said that I did-
recording of it.
I said that I did the thing that Jack Nicholson did in Shining, where he brings his head at the door, at the hole that he made, and says, "Here's Johnny." But instead I replaced Johnny with Tato. So that's what you got as recording, and
Well, say it. Here's Tato.
I did last stream. That was the very last thing that happened in the last
Say
stream.
it again, anyways.
Fine. We'll repeat
Why?
the
I'm
action.
the only one who laughed last time. You guys all suck.
Shenzi remembers it. Alright, so Tato brought his face to the door hole. That's what I'm calling it. Because I'm flustered.
Rika, can I push him
And
through?
says,
No.
You physically cannot.
you already
it's too
tried
small.
that.
The hole is not large enough to fit a whole Tato.
Hey,
And-
hey there, Shenzi. Come help me push him through.
And then yells, "Here's Tato!" And then as Nim, like, shoves
'Cause it'll
his
be
face
funny.
up Tato's butt Kato's just like,
Just yelps into the room.
Quick, Tato, fart.
Yes, Matrix Wolf's furry. Alright, so, as the party is determining what to do, the water elemental is making its way quickly across the room with its intent to attempt to murder you through the face, Tato. This is your chance to find out what you're going to do.
oh, well, in the middle of that yelp, he kind of jumped. Sorry, I forgot to point that out.
Okay, so he backed up away from the door.
Definitely.
Alright, as you scoot away from the door, a watery tentacle reaches through and tries to grab you. Hello?
Yeah, the watery tentacles try to grab me.
Is this thing on?
I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna roll and make an attack roll.
No.
Alright, Tato decides to chop it off, or attempt to chop it off.
Alright. Go ahead and try.
Alright. Let me just make a regular attack roll. Do you want me to just make a regular attack roll?
Yes. Yes, Draxian, tentacles, have fun.
Natural 1!
There it is! There it is!
Yay!
The curse of the tubered one continues.
And he didn't even have to worry about the frickin'
Frenchman.
the Frenchman.
The frickin' Frenchman.
I mean, we're technically in combat, I think. We just have...
Well, yeah, you are anyway. That also wasn't a check, that was an attack.
Oh.
Frenchman doesn't show up for him for
Yeah.
attacks.
Frenchman doesn't do that.
We can fix that.
Yes, and if Tato was still in the door, he would have gotten a mouthful of water tentacle.
But he
Oh.
is!
Or garble garble.
Some people
Wow,
would like
Tato,
that.
I didn't know you liked to be spit roasted.
Oh dear.
Oh,
No.
Hey Tato.
the stream is supposed to be PG-13, right?
Screw that.
I mean, I don't know, man. It is definitely PG-13 since the purpose is to kill me by like drowning me.
So
Well,
Tato.
you got Zim's nose up one end and almost have a tentacle on the other, so, you know.
Sadly, that won't work very well against me.
As you leap backwards and the watery tentacle reaches for you, you unsheath your scimitar and go to swing it. However, in your surprise, you don't have a good enough grip, and you wind up just whipping your sword backwards 30 feet.
Did I hit any of my party members?
No, it just went sailing through the air backwards.
What?
It lands far behind the group with a clang.
Good thing I have 3 weapons. No, more than that.
He's a Swiss Army Tato.
Yeah.
Well, Chempsy screams because Tato didn't say that there was anything on the other side of that door before all of a sudden there's a tentacle coming through the hole.
That was Nim's fault, though.
Now why are you blaming it on me?
Everything.
No, I asked why.
Because it's fun.
Because you shoved your nose up my ass.
Again, what is wrong with saying hello?
Oh my god.
The fact that you said it is not the bad part. It's how you said it that was the bad part. How you doing? How's your mom? Nose up the bum. There you go.
That is what canines do. You got a problem with it, take it up with nature.
I'm pretty sure
I have not seen Elysian facepalm anyone's butt before.
We've established
I
that
haven't.
Elysian is some kind of bizarre monster thing.
Also, I've yet to see Shinzi do it.
She's not a canine.
Wait!
She's a hyena!
Our monster thing.
She's a distant relative of.
Distant relative doesn't make it the same.
See, now you're just arguing semantics. Do we have to go over the English language thing again? Because I'll do
Alright,
it.
I will hold up my butt and say, Shenzi, say hello.
Hello, butt!
What?
You had the perfect response. Like Shenzi would probably be like, oh, hello, butt.
That would be Shenzi's response, definitely. That
As
I mean,
the
I'm not
members-
really into the furry centipede, but you know.
centipede.
As the party
Oh,
is
that's what we should
collectively...
call our stream. That's what we should call our stream. The furry centipede.
No.
God.
We actually have had a few of them come on. Well, no, they weren't furry though.
Phew.
As the party is collectively saying hello to each other's butts, the water elemental wraps its tentacle around the door itself and rips it off the hinges, pulling it into the adjacent room.
Oh, thank
Um,
God!
I
I got
was
sick of
going
fighting
to
with that
loot
door.
that.
As we're moving into combat, do you still have Zale's stealth roll, or should I give you a new one?
At this point, everybody knows you're there. It's, there's not really any more surprise.
No. Stealth for Zale alone, not the party.
Yes, that will work just fine.
I gave you one last time, I think, but it
Yes,
was
yes, you did. You're just kind of over in the corner, kind of hiding your face. I don't know these people. I have nothing to do with them.
Well, it's another thing about being a rogue. If your companions embarrass you, you just disappear for a bit.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Alright, with that,
Let you out of jail. So, advantages both ways.
that's very true. With that, I am going to need initiative rolls!
You know that I can do.
Yay!
I even have my hotbar back. Lovely. The embarrassment, it is real.
Just pure and unabashed embarrassment. Alright, once the door is open, the party can see beyond it. What was once likely the entrance to the tower had been buried and filled by mud which has flowed in from the southeast. There is a door on the intact wall of a room to the south, while another door on the northwest wall long ago burst from its hinges by the flow of mud. A deep pool of water sits in the middle of the stone floor, and in the northeast corner, a spiral staircase leads down, water streaming over its steps. Was that necessary, Nim?
110%.
I disagree.
God.
Yes,
The
what can I do
room-
for you, Elysian.
The room itself is a 30 by 30 area. Within this room, you can easily see two crushing wave reavers, and the water elemental in the center of the room.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last part?
You can see two of the crushing wave reavers in the room, as well as the rather large water elemental in the center of the room, inside the deep pool.
Well, aren't we in combat?
Sorry. Yes, we are. It's Zale's turn, I think.
Hey,
They're
it was
forced out.
actually-
quiet again.
It is actually Elysian's turn.
Yay!
And it was just last Zale's turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not technically in the room yet, right?
No, not yet. You are in the room before it.
Yay, well... Is Teo still in the way, or did he finally...
No, Tato leapt up and out of the way when the tentacle came through. So the doorway is open. You are able to also move past allies, so that's not a problem.
Good. In that case, I'm going to do none of those things, and I'm going to shoot my bow through the doorway.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot at
are you
this
aiming
guy.
at...
Yay!
Wait, what are you aiming at? Oh, Crushing Wave Reaver number 1. Critical hit! Merry Christmas, everybody!
Yay!
It's like we're just rolling the extremes today. We're rolling the natural ones and the natural 20s.
Also get the first crit last session too.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yep.
And yes, Tato.
Elysian hacks.
Yes, Tato, that was the jeweled scimitar that you got last session, so you just threw a rather expensive sword across the room for no reason.
I guess I'm not used to the scimitar's weight. I don't know.
Well, you were just startled by a tentacle after having a nose shoved up your bum, so...
Yeah.
Fortunately, they're not within range, so, let's see now. So, for critical, it was card or straight up double damage, right?
Max damage.
Card.
Max damage.
Card.
Alright. Since you used a bow, this is going to be piercing. Ooh. You're gonna like this one, Elysian. Guarded Strike! You achieve double damage, and you get an additional +4 to your AC next round.
I see. Yay!
You get an additional +4 to your AC until the end of your next round. I'm sorry.
Yay.
So go ahead and roll your damage. I will double it.
Okay, let me grab... Nope, that's sneak attack. This is the right one. Boop! Damn.
That was insane. Doubling that to 26, you straight up killed Crushing Wave Reaver number 1.
Yay!
As he falls to the floor, an odd-looking tank on his waistcoat bounces away and shatters. From this puddle of water, a water weird emerges.
Yay!
This large aquatic creature looks strikingly similar to the water elemental, but seems a bit more angry. And is that your turn, Elysian?
Yes, I keep forgetting to press it. There we go.
Shinzi, it is your turn. Upon looking into the room, you see an arrow from Elysian's bow fly, skewering one of the Reavers. He falls to the ground. You see this jar shatter, and another large elemental joins the fray. You have visual on just about everything in the room currently.
Okay. I got this. I got this, guys. Don't worry. I can do it.
Nice.
A 19 towards the Crushing Wave Reaver number 2. That is a hit! That is a solid hit! 2 damage! Shinzi, my dear. You gotta...
I'm sorry.
I did, and that's the problem.
Some small child. You heard some small child laughing and it distracted her.
That, or she's still distracted by the whole "greet my butt, dearest."
Oh my god.
I like this idea.
Yes! Yes, and that was Shinzi's necro boop.
Necro boop.
Less than 3 damage is a necro boop. Alright, Tato, it is your turn. After dislodging Nemotar's nose from your
From my prostate.
from your posterior orifice, it is your turn. You've seen an arrow as well as a necrobolt lance its way into the room beyond. You hear the death cries of somebody who's just been shot, and a slight oof from a guy who's been hit by a necroboop.
Well, isn't this just a Tuesday?
No, it's Friday.
Nah, it's a Tuesday afternoon now.
No, it's Friday. Tuesday is the other group.
I live in my own world.
We've noticed.
That doesn't
wrong.
change.
Alright, looking around the corner of the door, you are able to see the creatures that are there. However, what you didn't notice prior to looking in, that you now notice, there are 2 water elementals in there.
What the
Well, one is a water elemental, the other is a water weird.
Oh,
I
okay,
want-
that's fair.
Since I can speak Aquan, I want to attempt to deceive the water elementals, if that's even possible.
You can attempt to. I will tell you that the water elemental as well as the water weird are both neutral, so it may be possible to persuade them.
Oh my god, Tato,
Don't
you're a
fuck
genius.
this up, please.
Oh, if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. Whatever. It's either I waste a turn, well, or a portion of a turn.
The good news here is that since this is considered a combat roll, the French baker will not interrupt your skill check.
Quick,
God.
Soren!
To anyone
Fix
who
that.
doesn't know this, somebody from the reviewers used their ethereal influence to curse me with an interdimensional ghost baker who is French, who attempts to annoy me at every non-combat skill check.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, ethereal influence is when you hand over your itty-bitty bits to the Fist of Furry D&D. You get to influence our game as well as other D&D games on this channel. Every little bit counts can and will do something. Just how strong that influence is depends on how much you donate.
Or you can donate or become a Patreon and get the same thing. Like how for Zim's other game, I got donated $20 and summoned an army for him.
There you go.
Yes, and that was very much appreciated, by the way.
So even if it's just 1, 2, 3 bits, we appreciate every single one that comes in, and you will be able to do something, no matter how small. So, send those bits!
Just remember,
Show me
they
your
add
bits!
up.
Show me those bits so that I may appreciate them. Alright, so Tato, what are you gonna do?
What you gonna
Well,
do? What you gonna
Actually,
do when they come
you know what? No.
for you?
Instead of deceiving, I'm going to attempt to, what's the word? The other one. The one that is persuasion, that's it. Yes. Like, what's the good version of deceiving? Oh yeah, persuasion.
Yes. Alright, are you going to try to speak to the water elemental or the water weird?
I am going to try to speak to the elemental. Stop!
Okay.
Stop it, Ron. Stop
What?
Akio Ball!
Here's hoping I roll a 1. Now then. Tato says, these people you are fighting for are just going to disrupt the whole balance of nature. Don't fight for them.
Alright, I'm going to put its reply in the chat screen for you.
Before I roll or after?
Before.
You could toss a bluff on top of that to reinforce and say you know Captain Planet. It might help.
Whoops.
What the fuck?
It's awkward. None of us can read it except those who know it.
What did I do?
Or
Did you just try to copy paste?
No, I just clicked
Yes,
on
he
it
did.
and then it apparently dragged it down to the chat box.
You cheating little fuck!
I love it.
No, you can't drag. See, that's that. See,
you going to answer, Tato?
My offering is to tell you that you are a slave in a gilded cage. We can offer you freedom.
You know what? Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Does anybody know what Tato's doing?
Tato is seeing what's actually going on here.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that I can't understand Aquin. So I have no idea.
Tato, oh yeah, no, nobody can understand what's going on here. Tato understands Aquin, though.
No, Tato stands in the doorway, kind of.
I only rolled a 9! That was so good!
Tato clears his throat.
Don't make me do that. Don't control my character
So
like that,
Aquin
please.
is made
Oh, you're speaking Aquin.
millions
That's what
by,
Aquin sounds like.
twiddling your
Oh my
lips.
god. That's what Aquin sounds like.
Yes. And the water elemental kind of flows around a bit.
I always kind of imagined it more like Dory speaking whale.
And then of course in your response, Tato, you kind of the water elemental slowly stretches its way towards you, kind of swishes around a little bit, looks at the rest of the party,
Waves.
and then slowly makes its way to the door and turns around.
Oh.
Right, so that's a good backstabbing position. I like that.
Check the combat tracker.
Yeah, sorry, you rolled too low of an initiative. Sorry, Zale.
Oh, good heavens, 114 hit points. Never mind.
Wait, that means it's an ally.
Thank you, Tato!
What did Tato just do? That's
Water
illusion
elemental's
asking.
on our side now.
Oh! Thanks, Tato!
Kind of
The,
what
uh,
Santa was, but the water elemental's nicer than Santa.
The water weird and the other reaver inside the room look rather confused. The water weird gibbers in Aquin, and the water elemental responds in kind.
Tato should understand what the water weird is saying. Or
Hold
at
on.
least this conversation. Tato also says saving you and the planet.
Saving our planet is the
these-
thing to do.
These people are using you for evil purposes.
You know, I just have to say, I love how Twitch has bit badges for up to 1 million bits.
Yes. If you're going to drop 1 million bits on a channel, why don't you just fucking buy a cable channel for yourself?
Well, no, that's very appreciated. I just prefer you donate that money directly to me because it'd be much cheaper than buying the bits.
That's very true. That is very true.
Then
How
again,
much
you don't
would
get
a
to see
million
the
bits even cost?
1 million bits. That's a very good question.
That's $10,000.
Tato
It's
responds.
at least
that-
$10,000. Yeah.
Alright, I need to make a response to this water weird here. The actions that the humans are doing here will affect every elemental on the Earth, but you didn't think about that, did you? Or on the planet, I mean.
Hmm.
I don't know, you're putting us back up.
Do you think that water elementals are good at making tea?
Do you want me to roll persuasion for that or no?
No.
Well, to give 25,000 bits, it would be $308.
Ah.
And that's the most you can buy in one go. So you'd have to do that multiple times.
Yeah.
Tato says you would attack your mother.
Okay.
Well, I don't really know how the relationships between child and mother work, but that's pretty messed up, you know.
We're just getting one side of the conversation.
Actually, he's speaking in Aquan, so technically you don't understand that
I
either.
mean, out of character, we're just getting one side of it. Obviously, I know better than to meta.
That's actually a really good question, In. I imagine that a water elemental and a fire elemental can make a damn fine soup if they wanted to.
They could also make a steam elemental, probably.
You know,
They could.
they could kill and eat people, and nobody would bat an eye.
Alright, Tato looks towards the party. The huge elemental is willing to go with us so long as we free them back into the sea. The little water weird there isn't happy about that and is going to attack all of us.
Tato,
right.
you had one job.
I had one job and
I'm
I did it.
kidding, I'm kidding. Good
You-
job.
You have a water elemental as an ally right now. I think he did pretty good.
He did.
Alright,
Very, very good.
with the speeches and everything, unfortunately that's going to take your turn.
That's fine. Oh,
let me-
I hit it.
there you go. Nim, it is your turn.
I was about to say, why would you skip me?
I didn't.
I don't suppose the water elemental happens to be within 5 feet of either of these.
No. The water elemental is on your side of the room. The others are on the opposite side.
So nobody's within 5 feet of the enemies?
No.
God.
I know, right?
Eh! YOLO! I will
Oh,
go
dear.
bite the... Probably the Wave Reaver, because I don't know if my bite would even be effective on the elemental.
You know how you find out?
What?
You bite him.
Kill the
Point.
Reaver,
I will
but
bite
don't
the
kill-
weird. Did I bite?
You managed to strike the water weird. It feels odd when your teeth pierce the watery hide of the weird. It feels kind of like you're biting into gelatin, but not quite.
How does it taste?
Watery. Alright, you deal 6 damage to the water weird.
6?
Yes.
My attacks are magic.
Not according to the game board.
Did that not...
It says magic in the little chat box.
Yeah, it's magic.
Huh. I wonder why it wouldn't do that.
It's possible it only
Let's
takes
see.
the first damage type it finds.
That is possible. I'll go ahead and bump that up then. 12 damage!
Well, thank you. I'll have
You're
to
welcome.
see why it didn't...
Yes, take a look into that. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I'll check this real quick. Non-magic weapons. Elysian, you've got a magic bow, right?
Yes.
1 sec. Sorry, Rika.
Ah,
I could try it with my Bilbo. That's technically magic.
Although the damage isn't magical, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
if it's a
just
+1, it's a magic.
Yeah, it's a +1 though.
Let me test something real quick, Rika. I just want to make this automated and easier for us, so... Yeah, it did still partially resist that. Alright, let me reduce that back down to... Alright, so I'll look into that. There you go, Rika.
Yep. Just make sure that when you guys do the attack, let me know that it's a magic item that you're using. That'd be the easiest way to take care of that.
Yeah, it would. I'm gonna look into fixing it for making it more automated, but anyways, I'm done.
Alright. Next up, it is the Water Weird, currently in combat with Nim Otar. Let me see here. I need this pulled up here. Since you are in melee range, it's going to try to constrict you.
I will doggy paddle.
Does an 18 hit?
Barely. Oh.
You're hit for 12 damage. However, you do retain your concentration.
Oh, good.
However, you are also grappled and restrained.
Doggy paddle.
Alright, so as Nim bites into the Water Weird in turn sprouts little pseudopods that grab Nim and begin squeezing him.
I say we're back to pseudopods. Called it.
Yes.
I kind of assumed he would have just kind of absorbed me into him.
No, they very much crush their prey first.
Oh, okay.
Reaver number 2. He is going to reach to his belt and grab the tank at his waist, and he's going to hurl it towards the wall on the other side of the room closest to the group. As it smashes, a second Water Weird enters the battle. It is the Water Elemental's turn. Oh, who just
Yay.
dropped? Who keeps dropping?
Me, because the audio keeps cutting out, so I have to like try
Oh, okay.
restart and see if it works.
Okay. All right. The Water Elemental, seeing the new Water Weird land next to it, is immediately going to turn its attention there, and it's going to use its slam attack against the other Water Weird. This is going to be weird. Ha! And successfully hits on the first attack and the second. And Water Weird number 2 is going to take 14 total damage, since it was not magic based. Zale, it is your turn.
Alright, we still have one of the Reavers up. How
Yes.
close to Zale is he?
The Reaver is across the room, so about 35, 40 feet.
They want to go into the thick of everything. But I've got stealth right now, theoretically, which is an advantage. You know what? I went to the effort of applying my spider spit to the packed blade. Let's get some use out of that, so I can see what it does.
Okay.
Zale will move up to Reaver the remaining.
Okay.
If I can find him on my track.
It is just below Water Weird 1, just above Water Elemental.
And advantage from Rook, if not from Stealth, so should get the full bonus there.
Since you're moving more than 10 feet through a
Yes, I assume
now
Stealth
crowded
will
room,
drop.
yeah, stealth drops.
No, that's fine. Again, Rook will provide the advantage. There you are.
Okay. Oh, that is a successful hit!
Alright. And that is stealth, not sneak. There we go. I don't think you want him to roll a 20 on him. Then summon the Pact Blade, or the Shadow Blade with a bonus action. I do not believe I get an attack with that this round though, so I believe that is my turn.
As you catch the Reaver with your blade coated in spider spit, you see him arc back in pain, but not necessarily from the blow that's been struck. His limbs seem to freeze in place.
Uh-huh.
His eyes dart back and forth, and he doesn't seem to be moving.
And that's right interesting, that is. Thank you, my friend. It was valuable information.
Alright, Water Weird number 2 is going to go after the Elemental.
Whoa, what was that?
What was what?
Those are cars in the background of Rika.
Me. Yeah.
Okay, actually scared me.
They scare me sometimes too, because there's a traffic light like 80 feet from my house. So when the light's red, the cars you won't be able to really hear them. But since this is the north side of town, as soon as it turns green, every freaking rice burner that stops that light will suddenly just past my window. It's so freaking annoying. Alright, the Water Weird is going to attempt to attack the Water Elemental. And fumbles! Since this is melee. It is so flustered with having to attack a Water Elemental that it manages to punch itself in its watery face. And it actually...
Wow.
And it knocks itself unconscious for 2 rounds. Bow! And out! It's actually pretty funny. Yeah, and 4 crit fumbles. And it is back to the top of the order. Elysian, it is your turn.
Yay! Well, I got my magic bow, so I'm going to use that magic bow against the Water Weird. And maybe miss?
No, 16's a hit.
Yay!
Alright, and that was Water Weird number 1.
Huh?
So
Yeah,
you're going
Water
to deal
Weird number 1.
an additional 8 there. Or, I'm sorry, an additional 4.
Yay! More damage.
Well, it still says partially resisted, even though you're using a magic bow. So...
Do I get 4 damage or not?
Yeah.
Then more damage. Yay.
I already added it. Hey, Zim?
Yes.
On the character sheets for the weapon attacks,
Yeah.
if you swap magic and piercing on your Moonfangs,
Yeah.
could that work? Since it would read magic before it read piercing.
Well, you can definitely try it real quick.
Yeah, I thought about trying it with my Pact Blade because that's how I have it set up, but the Venom was too good an opportunity to miss, so...
Well, there you go. And in case it didn't stick too strongly there, Zale, Spider Spit paralyzes.
Wait, what?
It paralyzes.
Thank you. That's already in my notes now.
Okay, that was still resisted.
Yeah. Well, damn. That's weird.
I asked in their support chat about it, and no replies yet, but I'll get
Right.
this.
We'll figure it out. Okay. So, is that your turn, Elysian?
Yes, I keep forgetting to freaking do that.
Shenzi. Kill the
Shenzi!
human.
It's your turn! Your turn! Now.
Zale will call to the group, by the way. I was going to say, don't attack the other Reaver, because we might be able to take him captive.
It's a little late for that. Shinzi's already... Necro booped him for 3!
Yeah, no, see, if I leave this one, I'm pretty sure I can tie him up real fast.
Oh, so don't hit him?
Oh, no, see what you did right there, it's fine. It's just toughening him up a bit for me. So, no, thank you.
Necro boop!
Remember, you guys can specify that you're not going to kill them with an attack.
Yes, you can specify non-lethal damage, but you have to say that before your attack, and if you roll a crit, you're going to kill them anyway.
Who's making noises?
I'll give you 2 guesses.
It's me!
Okay. Hi.
Alright, Tato, it's your turn!
Tato will speak to the water elemental, pointing at water weird number 2. Your other kin did not announce our deaths yet. You might want to talk to him after he wakes up. He says
Well,
that in
Well, considering that it immediately attacked the water elemental...
Wait, I thought the water elemental attacked it, not the other way around.
No, they started fighting each other.
Okay, never mind. Can I retcon that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Tato says thank you to the water elemental before pulling out his silvered longsword with his paired with his short sword. He runs up to water weird number 1 and slashes at it.
Alright, so is the silvered one considered magic?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is good against lycanthropes, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
only there's some creatures that specifically say they don't have resistance to those types of weapons.
Then go ahead and roll your attack.
Watch, this is what's going to determine that, you know, it's going to do the full damage from this one.
Yeah, I'll be happy if that happens.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't even matter because I missed.
Shinzi just lost connection.
No.
Alright, yep, the first attack misses.
And the second attack misses. Damn.
So close. Dragon Kobold, hello.
So, Tato slashes at them, but the water weird perceives his attacks and is able to dodge.
It
Either-
jiggles angrily out of the way.
It just jiggles out of the way. He's able to avoid.
Cause you see, when you use the sword to try to hit the jello, it's not gonna work.
Oh god.
You gotta try harder with the magic weapons and the zip and the zoop and you know what I mean.
No,
No, actually, I don't. Could you go into more detail, please?
no, please don't. That was
Please do.
enough detail.
I want to
We
hear
don't
more of
need
this
any more.
voice.
You want to hear more Bill Cosby voice? Really?
Well, you see, Theo, you gotta use some magic against the jello.
Oh.
Please, go on.
Oh my god. Because broken
We broke the DM. Session's over. I'm sorry, everybody.
God damn it! No! Ha! Okay! Nim, it's your turn!
But I'm looking for more explanation.
No!
So, am I still restrained and stuff?
Yes, you are. Well, actually, no. That was that? No, that was the. Well, damn.
Ah,
Yeah, that was water weird number 1 that had you restrained.
yeah, and the water elemental's fighting it, which means they're within 5 feet of
Water
each other, so...
The water elemental is fighting weird number 2.
So, am I restrained or not?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still being restrained by water weird number 1.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Can I do dex?
No.
I can't wiggle free?
Well, that's what the strength check is to do.
No, the strength would be to break free. I want to wiggle free.
No, you have to break free.
No, there's a few too many pseudopods in this equation.
Yes, and he did get your thing. He just doesn't know what it does.
I have such good acrobatics and athletics, and my strength is 10. Oh.
You do not get free.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going by the rules here, Nim. All right.
Hi guys.
Welcome back. We missed you.
I apologize. My internet is shut off for not paying.
Oh no. Oh, it sucks.
Aww.
Well, that's okay. We can still get your character sheet up, and you can tell us what you want to do.
Well, I'm hotspotting via my phone, and it at least got Discord working. I'm gonna see if Fantasy Grounds will work, because last time I tried it had a hard time.
Okay. All right. It is Water Weird number 1's turn. It is actually going to start pulling Nim into itself, trying to drown him.
Oh. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to drowning Nim, but I also kind of don't want him to drown.
So Nim has been pulled into Water Weird number 1 on his next turn. He will have to start rolling survival checks.
Actually, I don't have to make any checks for drowning for, like... I want to say it's a minute for each bonus, or... I can look up those rules, though. It's really not easy to drown somebody. It isn't.
Yeah, I should know.
At least it's for... it's for 1 round every... or rounds equal to double your constitution score, not your modifier.
Oh, so 32 rounds,
But I don't know what it is for
and then
5e.
I have to worry about drowning.
32 rounds?
If his has a 16 con, 32. I don't know what it is for 5th, though.
Yeah, but that translates into, like 5 minutes?
That's a...
Well, you're
That's
a very
180
healthy person.
That's
There are people who can
182
die for about
seconds.
10 minutes.
That's 182 seconds. That's 3 minutes.
It
But
Yeah.
no,
really
that
is rather
Pathfinder
broken.
rules at least every time you make an action of any kind, you use up 2 rounds of your holding of breath.
Oh, okay.
So,
Let me...
Yay, Kiero's alive!
Well, hello, Kiero.
Kira!
Hey,
yeah.
you have turbo? Why aren't you subscribed to the channel?
Don't be like that.
Crushing Wave Reaver number 2 is going to run around the Water Weird and go after Tato. He brandishes his sharp-toothed longsword rather menacingly. Menace. Does a 17 hit?
My AC is 17. Does it hit?
Then yes, it hits.
Okay.
And he deals a whopping 5 damage to you.
What's hitten by? And you said it's like shark tooth sword, right?
Yeah, sharp-toothed longsword.
All right. What does he hit?
He hits you.
No. I mean, what part of me does he hit?
He tries a cross slash from your right shoulder to your left hip.
I guess he only manages to slice out the shoulder.
Well, as he takes the swing, you would see him coming. He has the sword held two-handed. That's why he used a larger hit die. But as he swung, you kind of did that thing where you tried to hop backwards and kind of concave yourself so the swing goes wide. But he caught you on the shoulder and on the hip as the swing went by.
Cool. I like how these are explained.
You're welcome.
So I looked up the suffocating. A creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier. So that would be 4 minutes for me. When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
That takes for fucking ever!
Yes. I can hold my breath for 4 minutes, apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's particularly a non-issue when you are alone in a dungeon and are absorbed by a gelatinous cube, since they have paralytic acid. Then you get to watch for 4 minutes as you slowly suffocate and burn to death. It's quite gruesome, actually.
Yeah, it's not good.
But rather like watching grass grow on the White House lawn. The TV channel for it and everything, and
only not as effective.
It's a little bit more exciting, I'll admit.
The water elemental is going to continue attacking Water Weird number 2 relentlessly. Swing number 1 misses. Swing number 2 also misses. Wow. Didn't actually hit. Zale, it is your turn.
It doesn't really want to hit its own kids.
Oh no, it's actually trying. It beat the crap out of it the first time it hit.
Wow. I'm shocked at how quick it's like. I guess when you disown a water elemental, family's like, okay, you're dead now.
You're dead to me. Yeah, pretty much. Your turn, Zale.
I'm trying to remember where I left my rope. Unfortunately, I think it is with Jester in my saddlebags. So I'm going to use a bit of string and just really securely tie this cultist's hands together.
Wait.
Shall we say dexterity check for the knots?
You need a rope?
I just need something fast while we're in combat in case this guy regains his momentum.
Okay.
Crashing Wave Reaver number 2 is not dead.
Yes, no, but he is paralyzed.
He's paralyzed.
Oh, he is paralyzed, isn't he?
That's the point.
So
if he was
Zale would
dead,
like to spend his turn attempting to bind his hands very skillfully with a bit of rope. We're going to tie the thumbs together and that kind of thing, Also, keeping his weapon far away from him, etc., etc. Would you like a dexterity roll for the knots, or just assume that he does a good job? But
you can use sleight of hand if you like to.
Ooh, I like sleight of hand. I can do that. Reasonable.
It is a rather decent knot.
Rook will attack Water Weird 1 because, well, he hasn't been told not to. Oh, good heavens. Does a magic item worn by Zale affect Rook in any way, manner, or form?
No.
I didn't think so. Fortunately, you cannot have a 1, so...
So Rook kind of pecks at the pseudopod on the ground.
Or do something.
Water Weird number 2 is going to attack the water elemental.
Isn't Water Weird 2 still unconscious?
Yes, Water Weird 2 is still unconscious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go ahead and put these over here because I'm not going to use them. Alright, it is unconscious. It has 1 round left. Elysian, it is your turn.
I guess I should use my magic bow again. Which one's more wounded?
They've all been hit. Water Weird number 1 is currently attempting to drown Nim.
Oh yeah, then I should probably try and save Nim.
Yeah, and if you attack
Yeah,
Water
you
Weird...
Jeez, high roller.
By the way,
Yeah.
let me say what I'm going to say here. If you try to attack Water Weird number 2, who is currently prone if he's unconscious, he'll get
Yeah,
an
well,
AC
I already
bonus.
rolled for Water Weird 1 plus.
Yeah, I
saving
just wanted to
Zim is
explain
more
that
of a
mechanic.
priority.
Not the
Saving
point.
Zim is more of a priority.
That wasn't the point of what I was saying. I was
Don't
giving- It was an opportunity to learn.
Tato was trying to convince you to let me die.
No.
Well, I mean, really?
If I wanted you to die, I would tell him to attack Water Weird 1 because just so an arrow would hit you. In fact, that should be a roll. Do you hit Zim?
No, the Water Weird's body kind of works like ballistics gel. When it's struck by a projectile, the projectile does not go all the way through unhindered. They actually have a membrane around them that allows them to keep their amorphous shape.
Cool.
But getting shot tends to break that membrane, acting like a pierce or a slash or something like that.
Nice.
Which is why you can do damage to them at all. Magic weapons obviously do more because they present regeneration of the membrane.
Oh.
Clicky the button. Clicky the button. There you go. Shinzi, it's your turn.
Shenzi, your best friend's in danger.
My bestest friend, he's in Water Weird 1, right?
Yes.
Water Weird 1 is going to get a Law of Wrath.
I certainly hope so. Okay, so if I'm all out of spell slots, I can only do cantrips, right?
Yes.
So I cannot do level 1 spells.
No. If you've used up all your level 1 slots, then you must use one of a higher tier or cantrips only.
Well, I've used all of my high tier slots. I don't know if I've used all of my level 1 slots. To be honest.
Your sheet
What even
should
are your
have a
level
record of
1
it
skills?
if you've been using them to roll.
I
It should
write
have
that
little
down
tick
next time.
marks.
Yeah. Fantasy Ground should automatically keep track of that for you.
It died. Nope.
But you also have to tell it sometimes that you've recovered those. I think usually the long rest will
boy.
refresh it entirely, though.
Unfortunately, a 7 will miss. She doesn't even
sorry,
necro
Nim.
boop. She's too afraid of hitting Nim at this point. It's messed up your aim a little bit.
Is
Right.
the
Go ahead.
all right? Is the fissure from the arrow striking the Water Weird? Is that still visible?
No, it closes up almost as soon as it forms.
All right. I would like to attempt to rip Nim out of the Water Weird. So, like, really just, like, tear into it with my hands.
Gotta be nice to the doggy.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
take it up.
I am not a dog.
Oh, by the way, damn it.
Well, no, actually, I'm pretty sure that you
Can I
know, like,
continue my
waggy
turn,
tail and
please?
a nose and everything.
No. Okay, continue.
Gonna need a strength check to make sure that you can bust through the Water Weird's membrane.
Before doing this, I take in a deep breath.
Okay.
Doesn't take that long. Freaking Octodad here. 19. Nice.
That is actually enough to break through the membrane. All right. Give me a second strength check to grab Nim and pull him back.
13.
You have managed to grab him, and you are pulling him. However, there is resistance on him because the water weird is trying to keep him firmly planted within its core.
You really think you're gonna kill him by keeping him in you?
That sounded a lot worse out of context. Alright, on another successful strength check on your next turn, you will be able to pull him out of the water weird.
Okay.
Or if Nim is able to make his grapple break on his turn coming up.
This should give him a substantial bonus on his grapple break.
We'll see.
Yep.
Nim, it is your turn. If you would like to try to break out of the water weird, you get to roll with advantage since Tato is pulling you.
Yay!
You succeed! You struggle against the water weird, and with a rather hefty tug, Tato pulls you free of the water weird. You slip out of its membrane with a wet schluck.
Ew.
Fine.
Ew.
Thank you, Tato.
You're welcome.
I will bite his tail appreciatively.
Okay. How
No.
much are you healing?
That is optional. Oh wait, you could use it. I will do that.
Okay.
Where did I put it? There it is.
Norm! Tato is healed for 5 points. Twice.
Somehow.
Because I bite him.
You were able to do it twice? I didn't know that. Cool.
I can choose how many hit points it heals. I gave you
Oh.
10. I just put it into 5 increments of 5 because.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Fantasy Grounds being weird.
No,
Okay.
that's something I set up myself.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Alright. So, with healing Tato, Nim ends his turn after being successfully pulled out of the bowels of a water weird. That water weird is now going to attack Tato for stealing its food.
Tato is still holding his breath, by the way.
Hang
Does a
on. I
16
would like to put disadvantage on that attack using my defense ability.
Okay, what ability is that?
My fighting style.
Okay, could you please link it into the chat box for me?
There you go.
Let's take a
Oh
look
wait,
here.
I changed it. Never mind.
Okay, so you don't have it?
No,
Because-
I went with the +1 to my AC.
Okay.
I changed it to that. I forgot.
All right, Rika.
Yes?
Because Tato had to sheathe his weapons in order to pull Nim out,
Mhm.
his AC is now 16. It does hit.
Okay, so a 16 does hit, unfortunately. So it is going to grab you and restrain you, dealing 13 damage.
Ow.
With an angry, crushing squeeze, it begins to pull you towards its core. You haven't been pulled inside it yet.
I'll bite your core.
Crushing Reaver number 2. Upon seeing Tato and Nim move free of the water weird, and then Tato getting grappled by it, the Reaver is going to go after Nim.
He's restrained.
He's got to break his way through the
Oh yeah, he's paralyzed. So at the end of his turn, he's going to try to save out of it. What is... Actually, there is no spell DC, so this is just a basic save. He does manage to break out of the paralysis. However, he does find himself bound rather tightly.
It's the Chinese thumb binding technique, by the way. That's quite painful to break.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you'll rip off your thumbs. Or at
Yeah.
least break them.
He is
Zale
going
looks
to...
kind of... Go ahead.
He is going to attempt to break out. He rolled a strength check of 22 to break free.
He,
I
like,
think
rips
that
the
beats
rope.
my sleight of hand, but that's going to hurt.
So, with a rather angry... There is a pair of rather wet-sounding pops as his thumbs now hang limply on his hands, and he is forced to, take his turn trying to grab his weapon. So he is going to use his bonus action to disengage, and his movement to move towards his sword.
Okay, I can't throw it far enough away for him to not get to it, so he'll get to it. For all the good
All
it
right.
does him.
Oh, he's still going to try to pick it up without thumbs. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, this guy is gonna have to roll like -2 to attack every time.
However, he will be wielding it two-handed, so instead of a D8, he rolls a D10.
Yeah, you could wield a two-handed sword without thumbs.
Mm-hmm. The water elemental is going to continue beating on Water Weird number 2. First swing is a miss. Second swing is a hit. Wrong dice. I need that one. And going to deal another 6 damage to it. Zale, you're up.
Alright, Zale looks with some pity upon the crusher.
Not for any really should have done that. It would have been a lot less painful if you hadn't.
I would like to take the reduce to 0 hit points option
What do you
on
mean?
his attack. He's going to reduce the revert to 0 hit points, no further.
Okay, so
it's
you're
called
playing...
non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal.
Calling non-lethal.
Okay.
Oops, I forgot to give advantage for that, but it's a hit anyway.
Go ahead, roll the second D20.
I'll just roll it out here. Never mind, that's a crit.
As you swing your blade, you feel a warmth in your breast pocket. That is where the brooch was. That is a critical hit. Do you want damage or
What?
card?
Give me the card, but I have a feeling I know what's coming for it.
Alright, and you're using what type of attack on this?
It is a piercing.
Piercing.
I'll roll the damage in here just so you can see it.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Appendicitis! Double damage and target is poisoned.
Oh my god.
How many strikes do I get with the spider spit anyway?
It comes off in one strike, basically
Okay, that's
entering the
what I
flesh, cleans the blade of it.
But essentially there was a bit of residue left and he's taking it again, or it mutated somehow. We'll see.
Somehow.
It is a magic blade summoned from the ether of the nether world, so...
Well, there you go. And you have just dealt 32 damage to a dying man.
So, okay, I can already imagine the water weird turns a completely different color before just turning into water.
Oh, he killed the person. He killed the crushing wave reaver that he was intending to keep alive.
Oh, I thought you. Wait.
He called non-lethal on the attack, but he rolled a critical and poisoned him.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought he attacked the water weird.
Oh my god.
It was an accidental ganking.
I was going to have him throw the Shadow Blade at the remaining weird, but I think this will stun him too much. He has not had this happen in a very long time, attempting not to kill someone and having it go through more lethally. So he's going to be stunned for the rest of this round, I will say. Rook will peck at it, though.
Yeah, Rook's hungry.
That is a hit.
Alright, we'll give Zale some time to recover.
Alright, Water Weird number 2. This is the second round that is unconscious. It wakes up at the end of its turn. Elysian, it is your turn once more!
You know what I'm going to do again?
I'm guessing your bow.
I'm going to use my bow because magic seems to be very effective.
You're out of arrows.
No, not quite yet.
Holy crap!
I'm getting there.
Boy cannot roll less than a 15! What the shit? Jeez. And it gets another 5 stacked on that because it's a magic attack. Water Weird number 2 is currently losing liquid mass as it is bleeding profusely.
Yay! Oh, wait, press.
Ignore that. That was a misclick.
Oh, didn't press. There we
Button,
go.
there it is. Shinzi, your turn!
Let's see if I can actually do something.
How about enough?
So, okay, Zim is no longer in Water Weird 1, correct?
Correct. However,
Tato is.
Tato is about to be.
About to be, but no longer is.
Correct.
So this should be a good roll. Okay, it's a decent roll.
It is. That is a very good roll for your Necrobolt.
Oh, okay,
You can
damage,
still
damage,
pass
damage,
that?
damage, 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 damage. Yes.
Bam! 7 damage! Alright, Water Weird 1 takes 7 damage from a Necrobolt lancing across the room and slamming mid-body. Tato, it is your turn. Go ahead and roll your breakout.
Tato headbutts the Water Weird.
Alright, go ahead. This is a strength check DC.
Okay. I fail.
You go to headbutt it, the body of the Water Weird just kind of rebounds your head backwards as though you just headbutt a sponge.
Oh, that didn't work.
Well, you tried.
Yeah.
You gave it the old Tato try.
Yep. Tato's breath is still being held.
Because you know what's coming.
Oh yeah, that's why he did it.
Nim, it is your turn.
Water Weirds don't know that Tato can hold his breath for an insane amount of time.
That's true.
I just imagine Tato being like Drax. I have to kill it from the inside!
Imagine that's what Tato does, too. That would be cool.
Yes, and if that had been a 1, Tato would have kissed the damn thing. So, mwah.
I mean, if you think about how seals interact, it pretty much was a kiss.
Yeah,
They boop snoodles, man.
that 16 is a hit.
It's looking pretty wounded, so I'm just gonna try and kill it before it gets you in there.
Let's see if you can do it.
And my...
I will add another 5 to it.
Did that do it?
It is hurting pretty bad, but it is not dead. It is oozing profusely.
Oh, those rolls were terrible.
And an unctuous, pus-filled mass. Its undulating form, engorged and bloated with liquid, flowing from the inside out, splattering on the floor. Is anybody sick yet?
No,
was a bit
keep going.
queasy, actually. But not for that reason, though, no.
If anything, I feel quite excited.
You would, you weirdo.
Not that kind of excited.
Well, you should have said something. The water weird is going to pull Tato into its main body and begin trying to drown him.
Tato allows it.
Take me!
Tato pretty much swims into him.
Alright. The water elemental is going to continue its thing. Let me check something here. Alright, it is going to utilize its special ability, Whelm. And it is going to use that on Water Weird number 2. Water Weird number 2 has failed the save. While it cannot become grappled or restrained, it takes an additional 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Also, let's see, what else? That's it for right now, since the water elemental and the water weirds don't technically need to breathe. Zale, your turn once more.
I think Zale's going to remain in his stunned state for a bit, but we'll give him a will check to make it out.
Okay.
This is a bit disconcerting for him. There's wisdom. No, I don't want the character sheet to move, just the wisdom. Never mind, he's fine.
Hey, you saved out of it.
Zale shakes it off and will toss his Shadow Blade at Water Weird number 2. Don't want to do ranged attacks at an encompassed enemy.
Alright.
I can get back to my actions page.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Okay, so your wisdom check is so good that you realize that you probably shouldn't have thrown an edged weapon at someone if you didn't want to kill them.
N said, I'm sorry my presence scared you, Zale.
I'm a professional, it's not going to be a concern anyway.
A 20 is the hit.
Doop. It is a magic attack if it doesn't give it the full damage value. This, however, is precision damage. Do with it as you will.
All right. The sneak damage is just an addition to, so it's automatically going to proc. It actually counted as regular damage.
Huh. And that's probably because it's untyped. I don't think I've bothered putting anything into it.
No, it says type magic psychic.
Yeah, just because I put the magic. Oh, no. I think I know why. Let me check something real fast on my Shadow Blade. Yeah, it's because I have properties. Finesse, Throne, Light, and Magic.
Okay, so magic needs to be placed in properties for that to work.
I would guess so.
Well, there you go, Nim. Now we know.
I have magic in my properties.
Then in damage type as well, and the actual damage.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. Water weird? Ha! Okay, anyway.
I don't think he... Well, yeah, we'll close with it as we toss the blade and attack normally with the bilbo.
Okay, I see why it didn't count as the... Looking at this here, because your Shadow Blade is magic and psychic. It has resistance to the 3 basic ones. That
would do it.
Slashing.
So having piercing in the description is likely what's causing it to go, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would do it.
And your sneak attack doesn't have a damage type on it, so...
No.
You can't even do a sneak attack to a water weird. They have no critical spots to hit.
Well, a sneak attack is just being able to strike without being seen.
Oh.
Or having a raven flapping in its pseudo face.
Now, I remember back playing Neverwinter Nights 2, where if you tried to...
Yeah, but they changed everything in 5e.
Why do you have to interrupt me? I hate that.
Tato, we're always going to interrupt you.
Actually, I've been contracted to do so.
Contracted to do so.
Does that hit?
Yes, a 14 does hit.
Don't actually take 3 damage off of that. I don't get attribute on second attacks, but it is full damage, so it probably balances out anyway.
Let's see. Trying to remember what it was at. Actually, yeah, 3 damage will kill it. So you managed to actually kill Water Weird number 2. It squiggles and squirms, and with a wet-sounding it flows onto the floor and spreads out, eventually forming into a puddle.
Isn't it still unconscious?
No, it woke up at the end of its last turn. It did not make it to its next turn.
Oh. Wow.
Elysian! Elysian?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are.
I'm here. I totally didn't zone out for a second.
It's your turn.
Yay! My turn. So he got 1 left. I need to restock
yes.
on arrows after this.
Whoa, wait, what the fuck?
Oh, sorry. I keep grabbing the sneak attack instead of the attack. Is anybody actually within 5 meters of it?
Yeah, there are the...
feet.
Yeah, one of them is actually inside of it right now.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, a 21 does hit. That's going to be 3 plus your sneak. So that's a total of 9 damage to Water Weird number 1.
Yay!
It is very close to death. Button. There you go. Shenzi, it is your turn. Water Weird number 1 is the only enemy left in this room.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boop.
That's actually a good question.
A 24 hits hard.
Hey, if
Oh,
anyone
what the shit?
were to crit the Water Weird number 2, would it hit me too?
No.
Okay.
Though on a fumble it might. You deal 3 damage, but that Necro Bolt is enough to rip open a hole in the membrane.
Necro boop, thank you.
Necro Boop, I'm sorry. You Necro Boop it so hard that it dies. As its internal mass oozes out onto the floor and it becomes a writhing puddle, Tato is left covered in miasmic goo on the floor.
Now that's gonna be a story for Grandma.
All right.
Cheto's
I've got a problem here.
Ah.
I was promised I could use water from the water elemental to make soup.
Yes.
Can you not do that right this moment?
The encounter hasn't completely ended yet because the water elemental is still among you. It is counted as an ally.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
So as the combat ends, and the party takes stock of what has happened here, the water elemental, as thanks for freeing it from its human captors, is going to slowly engulf each character, not harm you. But when you come out the other side of the water elemental, you feel completely refreshed, as though you've just had an extended rest.
Yay!
Yay! Extended rests. Yay!
Rika,
Yes?
it's really easy to do this. Click on menu.
Oh yeah, there is a button that says it. Yep,
And then
rest.
the bigger one. Yeah.
Long rest.
And
There you
that also
go.
will automatically restore our spell slots. As well as, of course, clearing out the everything else.
Tato, if you would like to ask the water elemental to provide something for Nim.
What do you mean? Like, oh.
He wants a bit of water to make soup out of.
I'm not gonna ask it to do that. Tato does talk to the water elemental, though. Your human captors here, they plan to pretty much flood the world, which would be great for water elementals at first, but it would slowly erode the planet to death. I'm glad you see that. Your captors held an artifact of great power. Does it belong to the elementals?
Sorry, I was typing something as you were asking that. You might want to read that first.
All right. I'll read it out loud. All right. Tato translates out loud. While they may flood the earth, giving us dominion, we would still remain slaves to their cause. And the water elemental asks if there is anything more I can do for you and for us. Dang it. It's like you want to say it as if you're the person trying to, but you gotta directly translate.
Yeah.
Is there anything more I can do for you and your group?
Well, group?
I'm just happy to be completely rejuvenated, and I am extremely grateful for that, and for it helping us fight. And Shenzi's just happy thinking she has a whole new friend.
I want water for soup.
I want water for tea.
Tato says to the elemental, my hyena friend here, he gestures towards her, would like to be thanks you, is very grateful and would like to be your friend. My two companions here would just like some clean water. I guess they'll procure some bowls.
Yes, thank you for the host. Praetors Rejects, thank you for that host. Love your faces in all the right places.
Yes, it's very much appreciated.
Tato bows and says, thank you very much. I have a question about the artifact of power that your captors hold. Does it belong to the elementals?
Am I getting my water?
Do you have something to carry it in?
Both very good questions. I will let you know here in a second. My, what handsome questions.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what else to ask. Tato explains to the elemental, from beginning to end of us meeting up with these mages and the temple too of Umberly. Both have promised reward, but I'm not interested in reward for this. This is bigger than money. The mages just want to, I guess, study it and seal it up and figure out a good use for it. I don't know what the Temple of Umberly want, probably to just seal it away. I'm not sure what to do with it. If it belonged to the elementals, give it to them. Do you know what plane of an existence that it belongs to? Tato bows and says thank you. Now, let's figure out how to get you out of here. Are you bound to that pool?
It seems to shake itself side to side, giving a negative. The water weirds were actually water-bound, so if they were moved from their puddles, they would have died instantly. As for the water elemental, it actually does produce its own water, and as such, it will move towards the other side of the room, and when it returns, it is carrying 3 tanks that look awful similar to what the Reavers were carrying. It places pseudopods in 2 of the tanks and fills them with water that it produces from its body, and then seals them tight, handing one to Elysian, the other to Nemotar. The third one, it flows itself into, pulling the lid on top, and the tank clanks over onto its side. So there you go.
Thank you. Shenzi, could you help me get this tied onto my pack?
You gonna pick up your friend there, Tato?
I'm sorry, could you... What? What do you mean?
Where were you?
What do you mean pick up my friend? I'm sorry.
The water elemental filled 2 tanks with water, gave one to Elysian, one to Nem, and then put itself in one of the tanks and sealed it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that last part. Yes, I'm gonna pick him up, or attempt to.
Oh yeah, it's easy to pick up. It's not very heavy.
Yay, our friend is coming with us!
Alright, so...
We have to get the artifact before we leave.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Alright.
So, I don't understand, water peoples, Tato. What did you guys talk about? What happened? Does he know anything?
Tato?
I had to respond to my mother, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Excuse me.
I hate to do this to you twice in a row, but I need a repeat.
Tato, I don't speak water peoples, so I don't know what happened. Does he know anything about it, or what's going on?
Alright. Tato will say out loud that, you are wise to befriend the elemental, and it would be a pleasure to be your friend. I don't even know your name. What is your name? He says in Aquan. Yeah, I think my grandma told me that once. Anyway, the orb is from way before the time of elementals being born, and they herald it as an artifact. I can't speak. the elemental hasn't witnessed the power of the orb yet. So, and, I told her everything about, us meeting the mages and us meeting or some of us, meeting up with the Temple of Umberly. I don't know, were we all there for that?
Just about it.
Oh. So, the elemental here doesn't know much about it, but but the elemental realizes that these guys aren't any good, that they're just gonna enslave all elementals pretty much.
So it doesn't know who to take the artifact to? Because we kind of told two different people we were going to give it to.
We didn't tell any of them we were gonna get it for them. We just heard them out.
But we're offering us quite a bit of money to give them the artifact. I've got to say, if you're going to give it in someone's hands, it might as well be someone who's competent with it, or study and stuff.
One is a priestess for the Church of Umberly.
Yeah, I'll look to her. She's a nice old bit.
Yep, the other one is Salvar Bricks, who would take it on behalf of the Brotherhood of Cloaks.
I don't trust the Church of Umberly because I would trust that priestess, but I don't trust the rest of its members.
Well, no,
she has absolutely no
control.
control.
The Brotherhood of the Cloaks, so they're my friends,
Yeah.
right? That's what that means.
Yes.
Well, no,
We
the
could just
thing of
keep
it is, the cloaks, lovely as they are otherwise, not really, is they serve, well, you call them the nobility here if you're not local, but so whatever they say the cloaks have got to do, if one of them wants the orb, then it's going to be used for whatever that one wants. And much as all of getting money from Zora Culkin, I've got to say I'm not fond of the group as a whole. Now, the church, on the other hand, no, they're not the nicest of people, religiously speaking, but in a city like Marsmere, at least they're not the Church of Bane. There's something there.
Yeah, and that priestess, while nice, is kind of incompetent with its own members. So, yeah, I think Salvar Burks might be the safest option.
Or we could just keep it.
That's likely to get us all killed. Then again,
No,
so is
I would
everything
not
else we've
support
been
that
doing. That's likely to piss off some very powerful people and get us all killed, but then again, if this artifact is misused, that could get everyone on the planet killed. If I'm correct about how powerful this artifact is.
All right. Well, with that, the only option to move forward is down the spiral staircase.
Is it still flooded with water, or has
It's not flooded. The water is just flowing
It's
down the
trickling
stairs.
down.
Yes.
Is the water still flowing, or did the elementals provide that?
Can we take a small break, please?
Oh, we can. Yes. We can take a 5 to 10 minute break.
Thank you.
So that people can grab something to drink, grab something to eat if you want it, use the bathroom if you need to. We will be back very shortly.
Okay, so my audio cut out really bad. I don't even know if anybody's still here or if it all just disappeared.
We're
I am.
taking a 5 to 10 minute break.
The last bit of the conversation I heard was Zale saying that he didn't think the priestess was competent. So did we decide on who we're giving the artifact to?
No, Zale's fond of the priestess as an option. He doesn't like the cloaks, and the cloaks serve the Zoras and basically the nobility of the city. They have to do whatever they say. He doesn't like something as powerful being just a short missive away from control by the nobility, essentially.
Okay.
I like the idea of just keeping it, but that's me. Also, Shenzi, I need your help strapping this new tank of soup-based water to my back.
I can help you with that.
Thank you.
I don't know why my audio keeps cutting out, but it'll cut out for like 2 or 3 minutes, so I miss large blocks of conversation.
Should probably turn on some tavern music. Yeah.
Probably.
While we are on break, thank you very much, everybody, for following and watching this evening. I really appreciate the support all of you give here. Please follow the channel, subscribe to it on YouTube. There are links to everything in the description, though now that I think of it, I'm not sure if I have a link to the YouTube in there, so I'll check that. But either way, thank you. If you can, the best way you can help the channel is simply share it. Share with your friends, family, whatever. Share the channel and let them enjoy our fun. It usually is pretty fun, but yeah.
I would have gone with unique bundle of crazy myself. Fun one.
That would probably be a better way to put it, yes. Very much so. But yeah, thank you very much for the support, and we'll be right back.
I am back.
Welcome.
Excuse me.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I think we were on break for Tato, so is everybody back?
Yes, if you are back to the table, please roll me a d4. Thank you, Nim. You back with us, Elysian?
We can
I guess
continue
not.
without him.
Hey.
He's participating more now, so now we actually can't play without him.
Yeah, he's been doing very good about staying with us, so. No.
I have a question for y'all.
Yes.
Do you think 10 minutes is enough to save 4 to 5 groups of kids in a 5-floor burning building with multiple groups of those kids on one floor?
That really
With a
depends on
boss
who's.
immediately after.
That all depends on who's doing the saving.
I would say it depends more on the kids.
That's true, but
And how willing they are to jump
He's
out
playing
a window.
Persona or something.
Yeah.
Physically to carry somebody out, probably.
Oh, that's what was taking him so long. He was right-clicking his ass off.
floors are huge, by the way. So I survived with 3 minutes left. Barely.
Anyways.
All right. Yes. Looks like we are back and ready to finish up the night. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll pull up my handy-dandy manual here. All right, the stairs are your only way forward at this point. Who all is going to be taking them?
Me!
Rook
Me.
But I'm
Nah,
not
I
going
say Rook.
first.
Just a no. All right, so Nim said he's going first.
Wait, what? Why not just have the disposable bird go?
Fine.
On the tower, so we don't know what he's getting. Stealth and perception from Rook. Zale is riding behind.
There is nothing stealthy or perceptive about Rook currently.
Figures.
He squawks and bumbles his way down the stairs.
Zale laughs really hard at this. He has to. Come on.
Yeah, actually, he pulls back because he's laughing so hard. So.
Alright, so Rook comes
I
flapping.
assume that Rook just kind of slips on something, or he gets his wing caught and just squawk.
Right, he's bumping into walls. Because this, not only do the stairs go downward, but they also turn. And he's having trouble navigating, so he's bumping into stuff. He's tumbling down a couple stairs between catching the air again. He finally makes his way back up with indignant flapping and squawking as he hops up the stairs. He is rather soaked through because of the water flowing down the stairs, though.
He's also kind of chubby right now after eating all those bugs.
You're not wrong.
And drinking some of the water elemental.
You're not wrong.
Alright. Are folks heading down the stairs?
Yes, I will go first.
Alright.
I'll follow behind Zen.
I'm next. I'm next.
I'm on the front of you. Want to go first? Not going to.
Oh, I'm not even gonna bother rolling stealth.
Careful, he's learning.
We
that-
really need to remove that from him, or at least give him a benefit for having to deal with it.
That
You'll-
is
Oh, we already have. We
He
already
already
have.
has disadvantage with stealth, though, because of his armor. So
Yeah.
there's really no point.
Yeah,
Uh, Nim, Zale, and Shinzi. Yeah, you all three got it. Go ahead, Tato.
yeah, okay, I'll roll it.
No, you were saying something, so I was giving you the go ahead to speak.
Just say, watch Tato roll 20.
Yeah, watch me roll a 20, guys. I'm gonna do it.
220s,
I'm gonna
right.
do it.
I'm waiting for it. I want to see this happen.
Yeah.
Same.
I didn't do it.
Oh.
I think I rolled a successful check.
Yeah, that is successful.
I'll settle for a 17.
Well, in fairness, you've got the sound of the water and whatever. It's probably echoing nicely off of the walls, so there's quite a bit of cover for you and your clanky armor.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure Rook's noise is distracting from anything other than himself.
Yeah, they're probably down, if there is anyone down there, just thinking, how the fuck did a raven get in here?
Well, there is a giant hole in the ceiling.
On which note, Zale will kick Rook back down the stairs as a distraction.
Did you say kick him down the stairs?
The bird goes squawking and flapping in indignation down the stairs.
He's gonna peck the crap out of you.
Yeah, I've got to admit, it's probably true, but it's so worth it.
Alright, as the group heads down the stairs, though once built by human hands, a century of mud and rot now coats the walls of the hall. Dirty, brackish water. Well, this is at the bottom of the stairs. You enter an area. Though once built by human hands, a century of mud and rot now coats the walls of the hall. Dirty, brackish water sits ankle-high on a human, knee-high on a dwarf, and thigh-high on a halfling. The floor under the water is uneven and slanted. The earth rumbles as the tower above shifts slightly.
So, does that mean it's just barely below Zim's snoot?
Yeah, actually, he's almost swimming.
Oh.
Everyone give me perception checks, please.
Wolves are quite tall and big, thank you very much.
Yeah, not when they're all normal.
Which is why I say right below your snoot. And not, drowning you.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I keep having trouble finding these skills.
Yeah, I
Tato,
have the Curse of Krell again.
Tato, before you roll,
Oh, right, the disadvantage. I had a good roll, too!
the water appears to wiggle in front of your feet. As a chef's hat begins to poke its way through, it kind of swirls up in a snake-like fashion and floats in front of you. The angry face of the French baker scowls menacingly. Vive la France! And then he pops with a...
That was really good.
Yeah, you were really good at making that noise.
So
I'll roll my concentration.
Yes.
Whoops, that was at advantage, sorry. Let me...
No, that was
wait, no,
That was a disadvantage.
Oh, weird, the dice were... But, oh wait, my dice are green, that's fine.
Yes, they are. You are able to continue concentrating, so I will give you your 19.
Thank you.
Yay!
Alright, so everyone who scored 15 and higher.
Yay!
I like that little kid. He doesn't cry and scream like
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Mika's family.
How have you not heard him crying and screaming? I think this might be the first time that we have not heard him do so.
Shinzi's managed to mute her mic before it happens most of the time.
Yes, most of the time.
Tato says that he likes that Killian doesn't scream and cry.
You have...
He's both eating and going through a growth spurt right now, so he's not having a good time.
That's funny.
Okay.
Also refuses to eat his food.
Yep.
Okay,
All right,
well,
so-
enjoy your grocery store level meltdown.
And I don't want that.
Alright, so, those who scored 15 and higher, your natural instincts tell you that soon the hull itself is going to be buried under mud. As in, it's going to flow into this area and cause the entire tower to sink even deeper and become truly flooded.
Oh, boy.
The water inside the water inside this room would be treated as difficult terrain for any creature smaller than medium-sized. Across the way, there is a hallway that appears to open up on the opposite side of it. The walls open up on the sides of the hallway, revealing mud-covered iron bars. A rotted, swollen hand laced in vines grips the bars above the waterline of one of the cells.
Zale would like to go examine the aforementioned hand.
Alright, go ahead, give me an investigation check.
I will go
Oh, I
with
can do
him.
that a bit better.
Okay.
Nope.
Ha-ha!
Nim,
Oh my god!
Nim knows everything about this hand.
as Nim and...
No.
It is carrying.
That
on
this
me
hand
quite a
did
bit,
not. He needed this person did not wash his hands after using the bathroom. That's what we figured out.
He knows everything about this hand. He knows who it was, what they last ate, why they were here, everything. However, as Zale and Nim begin to head towards these cells, Nim steps in front of Zale and points to something beneath the filthy water. Underneath, there appears to be something etched in the floor. It is a glyph of warding,
Aye.
and it is glowing slightly.
Throw the bird?
Okay.
Oh.
So, where's that bird at? I've got a job for him again.
The bird comes flapping through the water behind you.
Alright, we'll go there, right? Obviously, I need you to step on this little bit over here. Just right there, you see it, right? The glowy bit. You like shiny things. It's right up your alley.
It looks towards the air. It looks towards the glyph. Looks towards you. Caws indignantly and flaps away in the water.
No, where are you going? 'Cause this is clearly important. No, don't give me that. Our contract states that when it's something important, you've got to listen to me. You kiss your mum with that mouth. Right, big, but you know what I mean. No, I say she's a lot more scary than I am. So don't you use that language.
I love that he carries on
I
one-sided
know.
conversations with a bird. That
They
is
will be
great.
busy with this for a bit. Somebody else wants to take a stab at it, like our resident mage, for example.
Oh, I was gonna go eat the bird. If it doesn't want to cooperate,
It is full
what's
of
the
bugs.
point?
I have mage hand. Do you think I could pick up Rook and like put him on the glyph?
Do it!
Unfortunately, Mage Hand does not work on living things.
Well, I think the biggest
What about my
restriction
unseen
is
servant?
No,
that the mage hand
no,
only lives
no,
up to
no,
5
no, no!
pounds.
Do not set off that glyph. Do not set off that glyph.
Rook is less than 5 pounds.
Stop. Full stop. Tato is calling everyone. Full stop.
Full stop.
We haven't pointed
So-
anything out to you, Tato.
Would somebody
they
please
eat to the
educate
argument,
me as
obviously.
to what this glyph of warding does?
You're the resident magic user. You're the one who can find out.
Oh shit, okay, what do I gotta roll to find out?
Arcana.
Okay, hold on, I have a flailing 2-year-old in my lap, let me find my mouse.
Take your time.
What did you do with my mouse, child? Oh, there it is.
Probably ate it.
You know?
Well, now that you say it out loud.
What are you going to do to us, Lightning?
Well done. Through
Do
your
we have
knowledge
a donation?
5
through
bits.
your Ooh.
10 including last night's.
Lightning Titan 72. What would you like your bits to do? It can't do a whole lot since it was only 10 bits. But you can make something silly happen if you would like.
I can't.
I'd like to try and eat the uncooperative bird.
Go ahead with a attack roll. While you're doing that, Shinzi,
Yes.
you recognize this glyph from your knowledge of necromancy.
Boy.
Should this glyph be triggered and not dispelled, it will activate the spell Animate Dead.
I want it! Can I have that glyph? I'm gonna steal it.
Do you have any paper or parchment on you?
I do, I have one parchment.
Right,
I think I've got something as well, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to use it.
And do you have anything to write with?
Yes, I have a quill and a 1 ounce of ink.
Oh, well, excellent. If you would like to take your time, go ahead, give me another Arcana check with advantage, since you have time to actually read the glyph.
Okay, hang on. Relocate my mouse. There's my phone. There's
Hey,
my
Zale,
mouse.
does a 13 hit Rook?
I think a 13 hits Rook exactly.
Go ahead, roll damage, Nim.
No, I'm sorry.
Why are you
A
killing
12 would
Rook?
hit Rook. I think he's dead.
Why are you killing Rook? He's cool.
Nim leaps atop
Rook
the
can't
bird,
die.
pushes it underwater, and you hear a splashing and squawking cacophony off in a corner.
What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Tato's like,
Nim returns to the party.
He's having a meltdown.
Nim returns to the party, his face soaked and blotched with black feathers. A rather satisfied grin on his face.
I don't.
Shinzi, an 18 is a good roll. You are actually able to copy the glyph.
Tato's just standing there like struck. Tato liked that bird.
As you finish drawing the glyph, the entire parchment feels warm in your hand and then flashes with a black light, which then goes out. You have now successfully created a magic scroll of Animate Dead with 1 charge.
And then she dies.
I like how it cut out.
I know.
Lightning Titan has officially put his choice in. As Nim is returning to the group, his foot catches on some slick algae underneath the water. He goes tumbling forward and falls into the water bodily with a splash and a gurgle.
I don't get an acrobatics check on that?
Nope, Lightning Titan said for 5 bits, Tato and or Zim slip and fall. So since Tato was not moving and you were the target.
Oh well, I still got a meal out of a bird.
Yes, you did, and then you almost drowned yourself. Waterlogged Woofy.
I mean, if you were hungry, I mean, I still have a ration or two.
All right, I will go ahead and tell you what would have happened here had you not taken care of the glyph. The magic has been transferred from the glyph to the scroll, by the way. So the glyph is now deactivated. But if you had set off the trap, 12 skeletons of Zentarum soldiers would have woken up and attacked you.
Oh boy.
What? So these skeletons are still about, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they're dead.
Oh yeah, I'll figure
That's
that out. But
perfect.
usually skeletons got a bit of a web into them, and if they're Zentarum types from when this thing was first around, they've probably got some pretty old stuff on them.
Somebody is out 200 gold from that glyph, by the way.
I would like to look around for a nice big bone.
Well, let me tell you.
Well, looks like
PG-13, Rika!
PG-13.
It wasn't going to be bad. I was just going to ask which one of the party members has the highest charisma score.
Actually, I think that might be me.
Oh god.
Well, what's your charisma?
Obviously
I think you're a bit
16.
higher than Zale, though.
Obviously Shinzi.
Well,
What's Nim's charisma?
specifically due to gender roles, Shinzi is disqualified.
Zale, don't we have the same charisma?
Zale's got an 18 because he's a warlock.
Who?
Okay, so Zale's got the best.
Oh my!
Yeah, I have.
I've got to say, I'm really,
But I'm
I
looking
appreciate
for
the
the
notion,
chewing
but
kind.
I'm not that.
Well,
The
I
kind
don't
that
swing
I
that way. I've got to say.
take out of here and chew on.
yes, the skeletons, since they're not up and walking, you can go ahead and steal a femur from one of them.
Thank you.
Zale would particularly like to look for any Zentarum artifacts, weapons, coins, etc. they may have on them.
The only weapons they have are rather rusty-looking short swords. Their short bows that they would be carrying have long since rotted and torn up.
I have a question.
No markings or anything on the swords that would identify them.
No, they're too rusted to identify.
Yeah, no, that's just a bit of a whole lot of junk there. I'm not interested.
Rika?
Yes.
If Shenzi were to use that scroll now and raise up all that undead, would they be on our side?
Until
They
they
would.
disappeared, yeah.
Yeah, they would be allies, but they would only remain allies as long as she had concentration on the spell. Which means anytime she was attacked, she would have to roll concentration, and should she lose concentration, they would return back to just being inert skeletons.
I'd recommend her not use the scroll and transfer it to
Not
her
yet.
spell book.
Can they do that?
Well,
Can she
the
do
thing
that?
is, by the time she has the level to cast it, she could pick it up as one of her free spells anyway. So,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
give or take.
the next time we level up, I'll be able to get it as a permanent spell.
As it is now, she could cast it with, I believe, an Arcana check. Again, 5th
Yes.
edition, not as familiar, so she could have early access to some undead.
Since she knows necromancy, and she was able to transfer the glyph, all she would really have to do is open the scroll and read the glyph, and she would be able to channel the animate dead spell. But that would only happen once. Then the glyph would lose its power permanently.
So she opens the scroll and goes, "Wololo," and then all. I had to make that joke. And then everyone has red clothing for some reason.
All right, so past these cells, you make your way into the actual altar room. The hallway opens up into a large chamber. The chamber's corners are now round from collapsed stone and collected mud. The tops of pews peek out above the waterline. A huge statue of a muscular figure stands on a raised platform at the far end of the room. Its head has been hewn off, and in its outstretched hand sits a swirling blue orb that illuminates the room in its pale glow. A man whose form is constantly in a state of wave-like motion kneels before the statue, his blue robes floating in the water at his knees. The waters swirl and flow faintly with blue light in the center of the room. He turns and smiles.
Oh, that's not good.
So you've managed to make it this far. I was warned you'd be here.
You were
I'm
warned?
surprised.
I'm cutting him off. You were warned and you didn't mount a good defense for us to face? You suck at this game, man. Just give up.
Who warned
I have to
you?
agree with Tato here.
Mounted a defense? Oh, no. All I needed was a distraction. And my minions were more than that.
Where's the artifact?
It's in the statue's hand.
Yeah, but where's the real artifact?
It is time, folks. Roll initiative.
Oh, thank God we got that extended rest.
Sorry to cut you off there, Rika, but Tato
No
was
worries.
Tato's just like, I'm not having it today. You were warned. You are so incompetent. You are one
Tato
of the
doesn't have time for evil
Oh my-
speeches.
And what were you gonna do? Flood the Earth? Or flood the planet? That was your great plan?
Yeah.
You want to rule the planet? You haven't even seen the planet.
He just continues smiling ominously.
You're so obsessed with this artifact of great power. Oh, I'm going to rule the world. You've developed tunnel vision, my friend. You just need to stop. Can I
It's
roll?
time to stop!
Can I roll a persuasion on this?
No.
Where are your parents?
Where are your parents?
No, it would just automatically fail. Okay.
Rip Papa Franco. May his videos rest in peace.
And, in response to your constant egging, the man points his trident at you, and a beam of pure blue light lances toward you.
Dodge it! Dodge it!
Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
No.
You are slammed full on in the chest by a ray of frost for 6 damage, and your move speed is decreased by 10 feet.
Ooh.
Next time, I'll use something a bit more dangerous.
Tato cuts him
Watch
off
your
again. Now you
tongue.
just pissed me off. You see? Now you just pissed me off. You're like so incompetent. Oh my god.
Tato, stop cutting him off. I want to hear the evil plan.
You already know the evil plan.
I don't care. I want to hear it from him.
With that, he casts shield on himself,
Oh.
and combat begins.
I'm evil. I'm going to take over the planet.
Well,
I
the shield
send-
only lasts one turn.
I send my minion 3x3.
And thank you for the 50 bits there, Soren.
50 bits!
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah!
You still got
yeah.
500 from yesterday to use.
Nice!
Oh my god. He's gonna save it up and he's gonna do it for something huge.
Just
Soren has
Fine.
donated $5.50. That's gonna be, if he hasn't used it yet, that's going to be
Significant.
that's going to be significant. It's not going to be a permanent change, but it is going to be something rather big.
Larger than tutus and sombreros, yes.
Lightning? Lightning, I will take that into consideration and do that when I can. I will make note of it now.
That seems a bit excessive for 5 bits.
It's not
Alright,
going to deal
cool.
damage. It's
Oh.
not going to deal damage, don't worry.
So, you have actually managed to remove Ruck before a boss fight. Interesting.
Alright, so at the beginning of the match, Shinzi, you get to go. Shinzi ain't having none of his shit.
There we go.
Unfortunately, a 12 misses. The magic lances towards him and glances off of his magical aura.
Okay, I guess that's all I'm gonna do then.
Oh, I should probably... There we go. Go ahead and
Oh
button.
sweet, it's my turn. Does that mean I get to try again?
Unfortunately, no.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly... Unfortunately, I'm sure. I applaud your attempt there.
Are you sure you're sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh, by the way, I should have said this previously. He is currently using a blur spell.
Oh, my.
So you have all of you have disadvantage on
Tato
attack
does
rolls
not
against
have
him.
disadvantage against him.
And why is that?
Because of my trait, Steel Eyes.
Does that give you true sight?
It's on his sheet.
Yeah, it is on my sheet. It's called mobile pupil. And it says I'm immune to blind effects. I thought it was that I don't get disadvantage on stuff that involves sight. Okay, never mind. I apologize.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember giving you anything like that.
If he were underwater, however, then I could use vibrates, and then I could sense his movement. Blur wouldn't work.
Well, since I would have disadvantage on attack, I'm gonna run up next to him and howl.
Okay.
Make him roll.
He succeeds.
Oh.
Well, Tato, there is water up to like his knee, so you could just get on your belly and bite him in the kneecap, or bite him in the ankle.
Get off me, you little ankle fighter.
I could give him seal. You're right. I'll give him seal finger disease.
Ew.
What?
Seal finger disease.
that?
That's an actual disease. Seals are actually quite dirty. If you get bit by a seal, if you handle untreated seal pelts, if you touch seal bones with your bare hands, you will get a disease called seal finger, and it's very painful, and it ultimately results in the amputation of your digits.
Fantastic. This has been Wild World.
This has been Seal Facts with Tato the Seal.
So wait,
Zale.
that means that every time you snool blue somebody, you're probably giving them seal finger.
No. Now if I bit you, I might.
No.
No, see, because Tato is not 100% seal, he likes to keep himself clean.
Yeah, also I brush my teeth, thank you very much.
Soren, is that your actual use of your $5.50? If that is a yes, I have a way to make that work.
Well, that is that answer. Disadvantage on the attack from his blur, shadow, or summoning the shadow blade and attacking with it.
Okay.
Nope.
A 7 is a miss. Right, Soren has answered to the affirmative. So, unfortunately, Nim Otar has a black feather stuck to his face on his muzzle, just slightly off to the right. It is always in your vision. It does not hinder your attacks in any way. It is just incredibly, incredibly annoying. And you cannot get rid of it no matter what you do.
This curse is called Rook's Revenge. It's like Montezuma's Revenge. Only instead of explosive diarrhea, it's a feather in your face.
That's fine, I'll just have to eat Rook more and get more of them.
And Elysian, it is your turn. Eventually, he's just gonna have a mustache of feathers.
Well, Elysian is going to open up with the 10-foot.
Oh yeah! Hold on. Ann just brought up a good point. Zale, you rolled a 2. Your breast,
that is right. That
your
is a
breast
fumble.
pocket begins to feel incredibly cold
Oh, yeah.
as you fumble.
Card.
Oh yes,
card,
give me a card. I want a card.
I can't be the
Oh,
only
you-
one doing that. I look like an ass.
You got lucky here, Zale. It is magic fatigue. You cannot cast any spells for 1 round.
That's actually not a good thing.
It could have been worse. You could have made it bigger.
It could have been much worse, but this means if he attacks Zale, he has no Hellfire Retribution.
Well, there you go.
So noted. So Zale basically skids past his Shadow Blade,
Yes.
cutting through nothing, and the backlash of it shocks his arcane senses briefly.
All right, Elysian.
Yes.
Due to Theris's blur spell, everyone has disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Oh,
So you have to give another attack roll.
okay. Going to smack him. I'm going to smack him. Nope, apparently
That is a
I'm going to
miss.
smack myself hard.
It's more than a miss.
Hard.
Everybody, Merry Christmas.
Oh, now we're rolling ones. See, we were rolling 20s before. Now we're rolling 2s and 1s.
And melee, go
So-
for the eyes. Elysian swings his 10-foot pole and rebounds off the stage, hops backwards, hits him in the face. He is now blinded for 1 round.
Ah! Ah!
I just got done
So,
telling this guy.
See?
I have a question for everybody.
Yes.
How many of us have backup characters ready?
No.
Oh no, not me.
Not me.
My wallet does not.
Point there.
Because that would be new icons.
For everybody.
Well,
All right.
If we have a TPK, could we have Rook come back as the only surviving character?
Yes. All right, Elysian. You gonna try anything else?
I'm going. Don't I have a disengage? Pretty sure I have a disengage. Let's see what.
You do, yes, but you're blind.
Yeah. Well, as a rogue, you can do it as a move action, so...
you can also try to
backing off.
grapple him while blind.
And not as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage and get away.
All right, you disengage. Go ahead, give me... I'm gonna go ahead and call this a perception roll. Why not? Hey, Ben 1048, how's it going?
Ben 1048.
Unfortunately, Elysian, you begin to walk away, you trip over one of the waterlogged pews, and you fall over.
Ugh. God damn it.
You know, on the bright side, it's gonna be harder to hit you while you're prone.
Well, yes.
Huh?
Yay.
I think that's a kid.
Tato, it is your turn.
No, it's a noise from the TV.
All right, Tato will sheathe his swords and take out his bow,
Okay.
and he will let loose the strongest arrow he will ever do, ever.
Oh. Okay, remember you have disadvantage.
Yes, I remember. I would have forgotten, actually.
One.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Oh, it's due. We've pretty much had it so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does an 11 doesn't hit.
11 does not hit, no.
Dang it. Blurs.
All your bluster, and yet you still cannot harm me.
And Tato just says, "Yeah, it's actually really embarrassing right now."
No, see, I know what you mean with this one. I've got to say, I don't agree with you often, but no, this time I'll do.
Can we get a redo?
Just a little bit.
Well, see, if you go back to the altar place and we walk on the stairs and we all pretend we haven't done this before, yeah, I'll go.
Does this guy laugh at all? Come on, I want to get a laugh
No.
out of this guy.
No, he's rather pissed off. Are you going to go ahead and end your turn, Tato?
There's one more thing I want to do. Tato talks to the water elemental. Hey, he might be able to control you. Get out of here. Like, he's still, like, the water elemental can freely exit the tank, right?
You would have to open it, but hold on. Yeah, you need something pretty big to... You need a pretty big donation to do something like that, Lightning.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
What does he want to do?
He wants to curse you with a pun demon.
You know who does have enough bits for that?
No! Don't! Don't say it!
It's too late, old feather snoot.
What, has he already said what he wants done?
Tato speaks back in Osquin. I wouldn't ask you to do that. But, you know, if we all happen to die, just claim you were being stolen or something. Don't want you to get punished for us. I'll end my turn there.
Yes.
Frowny face in Aquin.
Well, I mean, their faces are quite amorphous. It's hard to tell which bit is frowny.
Hard to tell which bit is frowny. Somebody quote that shit. They're amorphous. It's hard to tell which bit is frowny. That's fucking fantastic. Alright. Ferris, Priest of the Crushing Wave, levels his trident at Tato once more.
Bring it on.
Your insolence shall not go without punishment, worm!
Like, are you just so comfortably evil that you just come up with this stuff?
With that, he is actually going to cast Magic Missile at level 2.
That's an auto hit, right?
It is an auto hit for 4d4 plus 3 damage. Actually, no, it's 4d4 plus 12, because each one counts as a single attack.
Jesus! How's he getting plus 12?
Well, each magic missile is 1d4 plus 3 damage.
No, it's plus 1.
It's 1d4 plus 1.
Not for Theris.
What the shit? I want
He's
his
strong.
magic missile.
Tato takes 19 points of damage.
Oh my god.
I guess Tato just gets knocked on his ass or something. I don't know.
Doesn't
You get
say that it
you
can
get
be-
slammed. You get slammed about the chest and shoulders with 4 magic missiles, each one dealing force damage. So it's basically like a giant comes through and just punches the shit out of you 4 times.
I thought Magic Missile at level 2 only spawns 2.
No, he-
you
No,
get
at
3 for-
level 1 it spawns 3, and then every level after that it's an extra.
Okay.
And it's just a straight 1d4 plus 1 by the spell description.
Yeah,
that's,
but
that's not what it said for Theris in the adventure module.
Yeah, but this guy probably has some kind of artifact or some kind of power boost to make his magic missiles.
I will tell you right
I'm
now,
not even
yes
gonna
he
use
does.
a word.
I will tell you right now, yes he does.
Yeah.
And Shinzi, it is your turn. Oh, you're ready to go. You just want to end his ass. A 22 will hit.
Okay, so because it's lightning damage and he's a water person, does he take extra damage?
Let me check.
That's
I mean, does he take
supposed
extra
to
damage
be
just
a
for standing in
disadvantage,
water?
Isn't it?
Blurred, yeah, you do have to roll a second d20.
Wait, roll another d20?
Yeah,
Yes.
You have to roll at disadvantage. Your roll doesn't count.
Why do I have
However,
to roll it at disadvantage?
because of his blur spell,
Oh, that's right.
good god.
I accidentally did 3. Hang on.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll 2. Try again.
My finger had a spasm.
You did 3 again!
Why is
I would
it
say
keep
just
doing...
toss 1 in, and whichever one's lower, it or the 17
Yeah.
is taken.
Yeah, just throw 1 more in.
There we go.
There's 2. That was still a miss, unfortunately.
Well, my first one wasn't.
Your witch bolt flies wide of the target. Theris laughs, Your pitiful skill with magic
Look
is
at
no
me.
match for my own.
Face, I have the most broken spells.
Keep it up, dead man.
Fado just keeps taunting this guy and cutting him off. Like, there's no way I'm gonna let you monologue.
I'm about
You
to take
caught
it
me
and cast
monologuing.
darkness.
You just cast darkness.
I'm about ready to.
If it comes to it, Zale could. I mean, not this next round, but
Well, if you do it, I can't see through yours. I can only see through mine.
oh, that's right. It is a ruling we can made.
All right, Nam, what are you gonna do?
Let me check the description of the spell real quick.
Okay.
Okay, that's just weapon effect, but... well, the only thing... Well, actually, there's... Actually, that would be a very bad idea.
Hello, Commander. In response to your request, we have
Hey,
sent
man.
Fuse Node,
Tabletop, Commander.
thank you for that subscription through Twitch Prime.
Hey, he got to trigger the, what I think is super awesome voice clip.
Yay!
Yes, thank you very much for that subscription, Fuse. Haven't heard from you in a bit.
Thank you so much for that. We do appreciate.
He's one of the admins in the community, but he doesn't come around much.
Oh,
But yes.
I'm glad to see him out.
Well, I was going to do my Thunderous Howl, but then I remembered I've got other allies within 5 feet of this guy. Well, specifically me right now, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I want to smack my allies with my howl. So,
Not a good idea.
just to make this a little better, bonus action Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
Just in case I hit. And because I do have allies, that counteracts my disadvantage, so I get to attack regularly. What is that roll? Actually, I have a heroic action, don't I?
You've already used yours.
But we had a long rest.
You had the effects of a long rest, but not an actual long rest.
Oh. I really need to pick up Cure Wounds.
You also need a second D20 roll.
Huh?
Blur spell.
I have Pack Tactics advantage.
Okay, so
Counteracts
normal.
disadvantage.
Okay. Alright.
But
Zale,
unfortunately,
it's your
I missed,
turn.
so.
See, I'd have advantage on the attack too, but somebody ate my bird.
You you hate that bird.
Well, no, I've got to say, personally, I loved every moment of it, but in retrospect, it might have been a bit of a mistake.
Just blame him then. It's like,
Well, I've got 2 attacks to try and get him. Unfortunately, a disadvantage for each, and there's, well, I don't know, disadvantage on the roll, but there is an ally close enough. Do I get the sneak damage if I hit? I want to say yes.
Yes, you would get the sneak damage.
Alright, let's see if I can roll well enough.
You do not.
Yes, that's a no. I've got one more. Yup.
how long this spell?
There we are.
Wait, how'd you manage? Oh, okay, that is disadvantage. Oh, wow. Yeah, you managed to hit. You actually hit him.
About bloody time.
For a total of 12 damage.
But this guy
That's
never
not so
gets to
bad,
see
is
his
it?
own blood.
Nobody
why,
makes
I
me
do.
bleed my own blood.
Or would you like an infusion from, I don't know, we could get the wolf to do it maybe.
As you manage to cut Theris, he places his hand to the wound. You struck me. I will show you how poor of a decision that was.
Alright, wait, what? No, see, that wasn't me, that was, no, that was me.
That was totally me.
Yeah, but we're also going to show you how poor of a decision it was to do all this in the first place.
Fair enough. Elysian, it's your turn.
Yay!
Yeah, what he
Am
said.
I recovered now?
And Shinzi has a mouthful of food.
Am I recovered now?
Yeah, you'll have to use your move action to stand up, but you can fire from where you are.
I'm firing from where I am. From where? But I fire.
Go ahead, give me a second D20 due to the blur spell.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting I need.
Hey guys, we have 18 watchers. This is the most watchers we've ever had.
We were at 19. Thank you everybody for tuning in with us for Fists of Furry. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
A 12. The 12 is actually a miss, unfortunately.
No.
Well, I've got to say, at least we wounded him before he took a shell out.
Thank you for the follow, Ben1048.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's my turn since I can't move.
Alright, Tato, it is your turn.
Hey, I get that you wouldn't quarrel
Hey,
with him, but
Tito?
can you heal through that? Are you able to heal
Tito?
through that tank? Their water elemental. And yes, Chenzi?
It answers to the negative.
Since you are a monster hunter, do you have abilities to do things like dispel magic?
I believe that I get something like that at later levels. But currently, unless he is an evil or good creature, no.
Oh. Okay, it was worth a try.
Theris is neutral evil.
Yeah, but he doesn't count for any of the creatures on the list that I can protect myself from with protection from good and evil.
Fair enough.
Tato, like, he looks like he's been hit by a semi. Like, he's pretty sure he's gonna have at least 2 black eyes after this.
Oh yeah, you're feeling the pain.
Yep.
You're actively bleeding from some of these wounds.
I mean, at least you have the power to back up that incompetence you have.
Incompetence.
Yes!
Large word from such a small creature.
How tall are you up there? You're like 6 feet, maybe? You're not that much taller than me.
Wow. Okay.
Like, Tato's just looking at him like, are you for real?
Now that you mention
Okay.
it, I should probably make the seal race a small creature.
Ooh, I'll approve of
Oh.
this. Can we retcon it in?
Unfortunately, I'm going to say no for right now.
Well, no, not right
Not
now.
right now.
I'm meaning
Later.
for next session.
Well, it's possible he could get cursed somehow.
Alright, Tato, realizing that he might actually die if he was struck again, decides to leave the room.
It's like,
I'm just gonna
Jesus!
walk out. Like, just... You're incompetent, I'm gonna leave the room, I'll be right back. Yeah, and I'm going to let the water elemental out of their container and tell them to go into another room, heal me real quick, and then go into another room so that in case he has any powers to magically control you. There was actually a big reason for this. Yeah, you actually could do that. And this guy would not expect it either. That's fine. Just go into the other room for now.
Yeah, Tato. Nope. Just walks from the room.
too bad I don't have any healing potions on me. Or do I?
Oh, Shinzi wants to go back into the other room and raise dead.
That's not a terrible idea, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since none of us can seem to hit him.
Yeah, just surround him with a bunch of
Actually,
undead
if you
and
can
make him
control the
waste his
undead
spells.
finally, you can have them aid in our attacks, which will remove the disadvantage.
Yeah, and he'll have to waste a lot of spells just dealing with the undead.
I approve. This is a good use.
Yes. And
And if anything
now
happens,
that Tato is in the other room, I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. It is Theris's turn, since his main target of ire has left the battlefield. He's going to turn his attention towards Zale.
No, that's not necessary.
Oh, but I believe it is.
I'm far from the most offensive person here, I promise.
He holds his palm towards you, and he casts Ice Knife. Does an 18 hit?
No.
Yes, it very much does.
You are going to take a total of 10 damage.
Wait, is Zale within 5 feet of him?
Yup.
It's a melee / ranged attack.
I know very well what Ice Knife is. It's going to explode, and everybody within 5 feet of Zale has to make a dex save. Including him.
That incompetence is showing, Theris.
That means so do you, Nim.
I'm aware. I've got good dex.
I've got good dex too. Wait, am I within 5 feet of Zale?
No, you tried to walk away blindly. And actually, both Theris and Nim save. Matter of fact, you got the exact same score.
One moment.
Zale does also have to roll because he's affected
I'm-
as well.
Yes, he
Pulling it up.
does. And you save as well. So the ice knife explodes.
And does half damage.
So that is going to be 3 damage to each of the targets.
I am okay with this as long as he got hurt too. That's my problem.
At this point, I don't think he cares if he gets hit or not.
I mean, we're so incompetent, I don't blame him.
We're using that word a lot today.
And
I already applied my 3.
For your insolent words, Zale, he is going to launch magic missile as a cantrip.
How?
It's one of his special abilities.
It's because he's a boss guy. He cheats.
Cheater.
But he can do it as a bonus action?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's strong, man.
He's cheating. That's what he's doing.
Ow.
Yeah. So, in addition to the ice knife, you are hit with three magic missiles, which feel like hammer shots as they ram into you.
We really need Kiero.
Shinzi, it is your turn.
At what range can I cast Raise Dead spell?
It does have to be in pretty close proximity. It has to be within 10 feet.
Okay.
However, since he did have to use 2 spells at the same time, the shimmering of his clothing stops.
Well, I noticed something right, apparently.
Oh yeah, we came down some stairs, so I'd have to go all the way back up the stairs to the other room, huh?
Yes, you would. Go ahead. Give me an Arcana check, Shinzi.
There we go.
That's enough. You are able to easily tell that since he exerted himself using multiple spells in a single turn, his blur spell is no longer working.
I shout it to everybody. Are there dead bodies in this room by chance?
No, there are not.
If you wait a bit longer, there might be, though.
I can agree. Because I'm
There we
going
go.
to stab that fucker many, many times with a ring
Oh my god, and I still can't
and
hit
my
it!
2 daggers.
Ugh.
I believe, Shinzi, you still have your heroic action.
I'm gonna use it!
Okay. Go ahead, re-roll the attack if that's what you would like to do.
Better fucking hit him this time.
Yes!
Woo!
Holy crap! Jesus Christ!
Oh.
That very hit!
Oh.
Oh.
That's okay.
Extra damage because of lightning.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Is that Rika or Tato laughing
It's
now?
me! Oh, fuck!
So far this session, we've killed the DM twice.
I was going to say, if we kill him a third time, will the curse come into effect and we just turn me automatically?
Oh, fucking witch booped him!
Because it is lightning and he is water, does he take extra damage?
Oh god. Let's play this out and see if we can do that for you.
At the least.
So, Shinzi winds up for a big attack. Lightning begins to crackle between her paws as she holds them forward. Witch bolt! She shakes her paws, claps a couple times. Come on! Rubs her paws against her fur to get a good static going. Witch bolt! And a little blue ball goes floating from her paws across the room, boops him on the nose with a little...
And then it falls to his feet, which is because he's standing in water and electrocutes him.
Yeah. He stands there blinking. He stands there blinking, dumbfounded, kind of scratches at his nose a little bit. As he feels his body kind of static jolt for another 2 damage of lightning.
At the least, this means that Shinzi doesn't have to roll again to attack every turn. She gets to just do another 1d12.
Yeah, as long as I keep my concentration.
Well, as long as you keep that concentration and not boop him to death, I'm sure you'll do fine. Nim, it is your turn.
This will either work great, or it won't, and I may regret it. I am going to cast Compelled Duel as a bonus action.
Okay.
You attempt to compel a creature
Gross.
into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. And basically, he has to attack me, and has disadvantage on all other rolls to
Okay.
against anybody else.
What's your DC?
He
Looks like he failed.
He failed?
He failed.
Huh.
So he's going to be coming
Yeah.
specifically after you, Nim.
I mean, he can try to attack others, he just has disadvantage.
No, you cast a spell on him.
I know.
You are officially a magic user versus a magic user.
And since that was a bonus action, I'm going to bite him now.
Okay. An 18 will hit. How'd you get that advantage? Oh, right, pack tactics. Yep. Alright, you managed to hit him for 15. He is heavily wounded.
Alright.
Zale, it is your turn.
Well, since he is still... Or he's switched his focus away from Zale, did Nim communicate in any way that Zale would recognize that this is what's happened? Or should I give an Arcana check trying to figure that out?
Personally,
As far as you can tell... Oh, go ahead.
I would have kind of... I mean, it would probably be me taunting him in a way that definitely seems a lot more than a normal, you know...
I'm going to give you an Arcana because it will determine what Zale does here.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that does it.
Yes, you would hear the words that Nim was using, and it seemed as though Ferris did not willfully turn his attention to Nim. It was as if focus was pulled preternaturally.
Which is what I needed, so he will not cast a globe of darkness and run away screaming like a little girl. Shadowblade and Pact Blade dual attack. Shadowblade coming in first. No disadvantage.
Seven's a miss.
No, 2's a fumble.
A 2 is a fumble.
Don't die, Zale! Don't die!
I just went out of my way to save you, and...
In fact, as you cast your Shadow Blade, you manage to catch yourself on your palm. You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, good. He doesn't have a whole lot left.
No, I don't. Actually, it's not really blood so much as it is psychic bleed. Fine.
So your ears ooze a little bit.
I don't know, it's kind of like it's my soul are being stripped away, and I just can't hit him right now.
Yep, a 10 does not
Zale's
hit
on
either.
his last ropes, he cannot manage it.
the feather's doing its work.
What do you mean? I'm doing well. For now.
Elysian, you can do melee on this guy.
Yes, what do you think I was going to do?
I thought you were
Now
gonna hit him with
I'm
it,
very, very much annoyed. So now this guy's going to get poked a whole bunch of times with my god fucking. I'm
Card!
I say I have never seen as many crits and fumbles as we get in this game.
Card!
Why did I just sacrifice myself for you guys?
Elysian, your fumble, you are exhausted. So unfortunately, on your turn, you are going to take a -2 to your next attack. Button. Elysian? Did he leave?
He left and he's like screaming in another room.
Raziel, what's up? How's it going?
Okay, Tato realizes that, you know, he took a really big hit with those magic missiles.
Okay,
he wasn't
I pissed
in-
in the toilet and then screamed in it. Draw the gun.
Okay.
You scream in a toilet. That's how you deal with your frustrations. You scream into a toilet.
Yeah, I either do that or I punch a Tato in the face a lot.
Well, I mean, there are those plushy Tatos that exist, possibly for this.
Don't
Those
worry,
are mine.
Tato, you're not the only one I punch in the face. I'll also punch them in the face.
Don't punch!
I bite.
I know you bite. That just makes it more delicious when I punch you.
It just hurts my feelings! Alright, so what Tato will do is that he'll go down to, like, around where the bottom step is. From the other room. And he'll take a pot shot at the mage with his longbow.
Okay.
$17. Oh,
22 is a hit.
Nice. I didn't even make a called shot.
No, you did not.
I should have.
You should have. Too bad you didn't.
8.
8 damage. Theris is feeling it.
Yeah. Take that. Do I still have my bonus action?
Yes, you do.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it. If it, like, decides to maybe teleport and escape, he'll
Okay.
have my mark on him, and I'll be able to track him down.
Oh, okay. Spiffy.
Mm-hmm. And then, I'm going to, like, am I able, how far did I even go? Did I make my full movement speed?
Yeah, you would have had to move full movement to get back to the previous room.
Alright, and I can't, like, take a 5-foot step to just not go back upstairs, but to just go up a few steps to make it really hard to target me with spells.
Unfortunately, no. But right now, his
Yeah.
interest is in Nim.
Tato doesn't know that. He wasn't in the room when that happened.
Fair enough. All right. What will Theris do to Nim? Oh, let's see.
Finger of death. Rolls crit. Nim
I'm
dies.
putting this out
immediately.
there as
Don't
an
you
idea.
hurt my best friend!
But he
The
can
thing
take,
about Finger of
have
Death,
a
it doesn't
rope,
hurt you. It just kills you.
get it damp, and try to rub the black smudge off of Nim's cheek.
I think this is going to really anger Shinzi. As Theris is going to point his trident at Nim,
No.
and he is going to cast Magic Missile at level 3.
Quick
Oh,
question.
his strongest.
What actually happened with my card? What happened?
You were exhausted, so on your next attack you take a -2.
God fucking.
Kill my husband, Adrian.
Okay, thank you.
So unfortunately, this means that he is going to be rolling 6d4 on Nim.
Wait, yeah, it would be 6. Fucking 6.
No, that'd only be 5.
Nim takes 18 damage.
No, it would. Yeah, it would only be 5.
He
Oh, wow.
he fires 3 as a cantrip at a level 3 cast. It's plus 3
Oh,
more.
so 6. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Nim takes 18 points of force damage, being pummeled by 6 individual shots.
That's actually not as much as I thought it was going to be.
And unfortunately, he loses concentration, so he no longer has his radiant damage.
At least I'm still alive.
Oh
It
yeah.
is Shinzi's turn.
If we don't
She's
kill him
losing
this
her
turn,
fucking mind.
if we don't kill him this turn, one of us is going to die.
Wait, what do I have to roll to keep my concentration, or do I just keep it?
You just keep it because you didn't take
Yeah.
damage. So
Yeah,
you
you
just
weren't
roll
attacked.
damage.
Kidding me?
Oh god.
Let's see the boops in chat. Everybody boop. We need the boop.
Boop,
Doodle
Boop.
boops.
boop, boop,
Does somebody want to donate some bits and give me a reroll?
boop,
No.
boop, boop.
He actually takes more damage from the lightning.
Well, he did last time too.
Alright, he once again kind of swats at his face as he gets a little static zap to the snoot. And then his body gets like a static zap from the lightning in the water. Look at all the boops! I love it.
Oh god.
Nam, it is your turn.
Can I do an insight as a free action to determine just how hurt he is, how close to death?
He is heavily injured.
I can't see more with an insight.
Unfortunately, no.
Should I do a smite? Smites are always fun, but I don't want to waste the spell slot.
But you're against a boss. It's not wasting a spell slot.
I don't know. I saw earlier where Rika said in the chat that he wasn't the boss.
He's a boss.
I'm gonna just attack him.
I'm scared.
That is a hit!
Come on! Yes!
And with that, Ferris has been beaten, but as he drops, the man smiles broadly and spits out a mouthful of blood. You genuinely believe that old Hydra would leave me defenseless? Without any means to avenge my own demise? Fools!
Yes.
His smile soon turns into a grimace of pain and agony as he doubles over at the waist and vomits forth a stream of crystalline blue water. He retches loudly and the stream turns into a torrent, the size and volume of which would be impossible for any man to release. The water roils and churns before the man as a multi-headed monstrosity made of blood-streaked water emerges from within. Ferris's now desiccated form crumples into a heap, wrung dry of his precious fluids as if he were little more than a dish rag.
I call it
It's
stick.
so pretty!
No. Oh no.
I call his stick.
Oh my god, guys, now there's a dead body!
There is nothing left inside this. There is not bones, nothing.
You
There's
can't
nothing
raise
to
that.
animate.
You said he crumpled and stuff. You didn't say he disappeared.
Yeah, but now he elaborated.
From the sounds
Yeah.
of it, it's basically just literally a flesh bag.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's basically a flesh bag.
it's like leather at this
Ooh,
point.
new sleeping bag.
Yeah.
You want to make a human skin bag? Go right ahead. Yeah.
Yes, yes I do.
I believe that's called a homunculus.
In Ferris's place, there is now a room-filling Hydra.
Oh, shit.
Do we know how to kill a Hydra?
Will the
Well, I
party
know
be
anyway.
able to withstand the attacks of Ferris's blood-born Hydra?
Probably
Time
not.
will tell. But that battle is for next week.
You're gonna make me wait another
I would
week?
just like to say, please refer to my comment at current or previous hour 57 minutes. This is not keeping Oh,
Soren goes frickin' run!
everybody, calm down. I have excellent news.
What?
By next week, we might have our walking band-aid back.
Yay!
Alright,
Okay, that's fair.
so for what you've managed to do so far, let me hop into the party sheet here.
Oh, we get experience before we all die miserably.
Indeed you do. Provided you're able to survive the fight. For the siege armory that you managed to take care of, I am also giving you the experience points for the water elemental. The party gains 3,400 experience points.
Ooh.
That might level us up.
Mm.
If we level up, we full heal. That's how it works.
Not quite.
No,
in
wait.
RPG.
No.
For managing to take out Theris, Priest of the Crushing Wave, the party receives 450 experience points.
Question, not being greedy, but like actual question. Since before we've gotten experience for avoiding traps, do we get anything for avoiding the sigil on the floor?
Let me see if the book gives me anything.
GM. You can decide.
The cells.
Oh, the book has balance for a reason, so.
Yeah, the book has balance for a reason. It does not give anything for the dispelling of the raised dead.
That's okay, I still have the raised dead, so that's good enough for me.
There you go. There's your balance.
The raised dead against the Hydra. Boom. We win.
Alright, so currently everybody is at 4,787 of 6,500 experience points to level 5. You guys are on your way.
We're on our way.
Yeah, if we don't die next session.
5 is an
We
exciting
won't
level
die
for most of us.
session. If he keeps saying it, we will. Just be positive about it. We'll
Yeah.
succeed, but barely.
Again, always have a backup character ready, just in case.
Alright,
But,
so
And Zale
death
did
is
bring up
not
a good
always
point.
permanent.
We should hopefully have Kiero back.
there you go. So, the party is now heading into the final conflict. Will they be able to stand up against this Hydra? We'll find out next time. It looks like in the combat order, the Hydra is actually going first. But we will pick up with Zale being the first in the order. I'll go ahead and set that up.
Get up on the Hydra's back! Get up on the Hydra's back!
Oh,
Zale
no.
has
No.
Zale has no. Oh, no, he does have rights because he has a jester.
How
is
many
false.
heads does the Hydra have?
5, I'm guessing.
Yes, it has 5 currently.
Hydra's back!
So all 5 of us can theoretically get around each of its necks and just hang on for dear life as it rampages through stuff.
Objection.
Tato, go ahead, give me a nature check.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, sir is an appropriate address for a superior officer, regardless of gender.
I am not merely an officer, I am your god here.
That would be
Goddess.
your divinity.
Thank you.
Or, what else could we say? No, we have divine here already. We can't use that one.
Nature.
Your worshipfulness, maybe.
That'll work. I'll take it. I am the dungeon mistress.
Skills. Oh, that's right. I can't put a point in ride.
I rolled a
because it's
17.
5th
What do I
edition.
know?
A 17
No,
is
they'll have
enough. The Hydra has 5 heads. While it has more than 1 head, the Hydra has advantage on saving throws against being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, stunned, and knocked unconscious. At the end of its turn, if a head has been destroyed, it grows 2 in its place.
So get up on the Hydra's back!
In addition, it will regain hit points for that type of regeneration.
Oh shit.
So,
Heads then.
Tato says to the rest of the party, we have to cut off the heads simultaneously if we want to kill this thing.
I hate to bring this up
Furthermore-
again, but objection. Zale has 1 slashing weapon, and that is a dagger.
Furthermore, the Hydra can and will make as many bite attacks as it has heads.
Yeah. It's very bitey.
I have no slashing weapons.
Can we stab it in the heart?
If you can successfully find it.
Yeah, you could try to stab it in the heart, but that's
I just feel like going for the heads isn't really gonna work, so we may as well run under it and start stabbing,
we
maybe
have to go for the heads if we want to kill
slice
it.
open its stomach.
Another
can't-
option:
Get out.
grab
Yeah.
the orb and run.
That is a
Because-
very valid option.
The tower is going to sink and bury this thing forever.
And there's
Okay.
also the raise undead option and just have all of those undead be a big distraction for the Hydra, and then we go after the orb, and then get out.
Well, the problem with that is that the undead are in the room which is upstairs.
Then go there, and have them go downstairs. Have them flood into the room, be our cavalry.
On that note, I would like to thank everybody on Razim's channel, as well as everybody on the Random Encounters channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and for showing the love and support for what we do. We're glad we're here to entertain you.
Thank you.
Get up on the Hydra's back!
Merry Christmas, everybody.
We are going to be back next Friday with the final fight in this particular module of Elemental Evil.
Well, final fight unless we piss off the cloaks.
That's very true. And on that note, Zim, if you want to go ahead, close us out, buddy.
Thank you all so much for your support here. Just seeing that those viewer numbers up really means a lot to me. Please continue to share the channel with your friends. Hit that follow button here on Twitch. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Ring the notification bell and like the video if you enjoyed this. Consider subscribing on Twitch as well. If you've got Amazon Prime, it is free to subscribe to a channel here on Twitch. And again, thank you much, and make sure you also follow the Random Encounters channel as well.
Yes, I'll go ahead and drop the multi-Twitch in there so they can see my channel as well. It is just twitch.tv/random encounters. We would love for you guys to have a follow over there as well. We do more than just D&D there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I'm not playing D&D, I'll be playing other types of video games. Pretty soon, my co-casters will be on there as well, so we're going to have one hell of a good time once we get going over there. We would love to see you in the Drowned Wench Tavern.
I will be streaming next tomorrow. It will be XCOM 2, and thanks for joining. See you all next time.
And thanks for the follow, Raziel Thunderfur. I don't
Yes,
know. Yes,
Raziel! Raziel, thank you for the follow. We will see you guys later. Bye!